Gone. Okay. But even so, we're at the 1:30 mark, so that's fine.
Are you quieter than normal, Midge?
I am at full volumes everywhere.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Why do I have you on 200%?
That what?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
100% louder. I'm on 101%.
Yeah, I was
I
at
think I accidentally
118.
just made a new Discord.
Wait, why do I have all of you on 200%? What was I doing?
Stop.
Were you
Like one or two I can understand. One or two I can understand, but like, ugh.
I mean, I have Soapy at 200%, but that's the only one.
particularly bad hearing day happen?
Yes.
You're actually quite audible today, Soapy, so that's good.
Interesting.
I can't understand why I've got like Soapy and Power on 200%, but why have I got fucking bed on
having to turn
200%?
them all up to 200%.
Yeah, no, you're on 34% for me, Kazoo.
And me? Probably somewhere around that.
About 50, I think.
Yeah.
I have all of you on plus over 100%.
Ow.
And I have my headset at like 100% audio, so
It's 20% for me.
it's because my headphone is like on the fucking brink right now. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
which for cheap Chinese shit, not bad.
So, just as a thing to anyone watching, sorry for the random rush on releasing this, well, not releasing, but organising this stream. We wanted to get one more in before the possible month hiatus that we might have to take, just because of various things. Unfortunately, Rival got stuck at work, so he is unable to make it. So again, I will be running his character as well as the game. Yeah, and this also might be my last stream for a little while. So, but that'll depend on how many days off and such I get coming up. But if you're watching via me, I will let you know in an update video. But yes. So, I've got no music.
No, you do not.
Hang on, let's get some
Might be because
mysterious...
none's playing.
Yeah, I know. There we are. Let's get the Mysterious
working
Piano
for once.
2 playing.
Oh, thank God. Or whatever fucking horrible entity runs Roll20.
Yes. Okay.
Such.
Hope everybody in chat is okay. Hello to you all.
Nice to get chat up actually.
Other side.
What are you doing, UI?
So many pages. Okay.
I love these mysterious. The pack of mysterious piano music that I picked up by a Mr. Christian Anderson is on point for this. I love it. I do indeed love it.
Wait a second. I can't hear anyone.
Again?
Initiate.
What have you done, Para? What have you done?
Okay, here's the thing.
Yes.
So I have a thing that changes the volume of the music and, well, sound, right? Only one way turns Discord up and the other way turns Roll20 up.
What? So basically just don't touch it at all.
Well, I can either have clear voices. I guess if I turn the music fully up in Roll20, then maybe I could have...
balancing act. It sounds like
it's a balancing act.
No, you guys are gonna have to be way too.
Penny has
Oh,
taken over the chair without.
Yep.
I don't think even Ben was there.
No, he's not.
I think he's around. I saw a foot
There
a
was
second ago.
Yeah, a foot in the corner.
But he's just there. Look at him. Look at
there he is.
There he is. Oh God, she's adorable, isn't she? Ah, okay.
Yes.
Right. Let's have him put his. Why is there no one here to bring me tea?
I mean, I don't know. I have to do everything myself, so
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm used to it.
I'll be if I asked one of my housemates to like bring me tea or something, I'll probably be told to fuck off. I'll be honest, but you know.
I've just finished my tea.
You know,
My housemates always used to bring me tea, so it was, I miss.
Well, that's good for you.
Yeah, back at you now. My parents tend to do it as well, so it's.
I just haven't seen Chico like that.
The main thing I've noticed while I'm home alone is I actually have to go make my own tea.
Oh my God, this.
Shocker.
Right, now that Ben has returned.
I barely get that when I'm ill. I'm like bedridden. It's like, oh, go and make a sandwich yourself, you lazy cunt.
Last time. I'm going to transition from the words lazy cunt into our update from last time. So, our investigators, last time, decided to join the search party for the missing girls, predominantly Katie Lear, but the missing girls nonetheless. And they were assigned to help the search in Friar's Forest. And they took to the search party like ducks to water, finding a number of clues that so far the police had missed, and that the people had also missed, leaving them in a peculiar situation. They found, in the midst of the forest, an area known as the Grove. And inside this grove, they found a well. And we left off last time with the well being uncovered and the bodies of 2 young females being found. As another group entered the grove, which included the inspector, Mr. Lear, and Dr. Samuels. So, investigators, what would you like to do? They're just getting towards the gate.
Okay, I'd like to move immediately to the gate.
I'm gonna go with him.
Okay, remember you guys are down here right now, and Soapy Bobby is up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna Billy Big Step it over there and try to hold off.
All the people over here will not be able to stop them coming in.
No, but
because
holding off from going to the well. And basically, I'm gonna stare at the inspector and say, could I have a word with you, and could you keep the rest back, please?
Bobby, is there anything you want to do?
Yeah, I think I'll go up to because my shoulder's still a bit sore.
Okay.
Go up to the doctor and see if he'd really
Okay, you're going to distract the doctor with your shoulder. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then, Muzz, I will allow you to try and stop the inspector. He wasn't necessarily darting towards the well, obviously, because...
No, I want the inspector to come over, but I want Dr. Samuel.
Remember, there's no line of sight unless you're in the tree towards the gate because of the long grass. So you'd have to physically run round and walk. So that's why I'm saying there's a time thing.
Long?
Yeah, it's like, well, okay. Muzz might have line of sight just in the fact that he could also probably see over the tops of a corn maze, but
yeah,
it's long wild grass
To be fair, I've been in a corn maze and I could not.
You could probably see shapes, but it's not clearly visible. Yeah. This is very unkept, maybe purposely grown long.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to take the inspector aside.
Okay.
I'm trying.
Bobby, Dr. Samuel starts examining you and he asks, how did this happen? And he's like, got you sat down. And he's like, examining your back. What would you like to say to the inspector?
In a hushed tone. Do you know
the map's
about
different.
disappearances 20 years ago? In a very hushed tone, so the doctor can't hear this.
Doctor's
Doctor's
current. Yeah, doctor's
yeah, the
outside the
doctor-
gate. You're about
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, okay. Just so
Okay.
I don't need the whole village to hear this just yet, basically.
Well, go on then.
Well, we may have found the bodies of Dr. Samuel's half-sisters. I can't be sure. But it may be better if Dr. Samuels is eased into this or won't see this at all for a while, because it is pretty gruesome. Maybe you can make it a police matter. I don't know where he stands in this.
It is then you hear from behind you a loud exclamatory tone. And
Jesus Christ, what is this hearing?
you whip round and you see that Mr. Lear has gone over to the well.
Oh, shit. Well,
Right, I'm hopping out my tree.
You'd already hopped out the tree.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you said that last time. And also,
Yeah.
for the viewers at
Going
home,
over to the crew.
let me just. Oh God, those webcams are screwed up. But I don't know why they're so screwed up. Actually,
oh, hello.
Oh god, it's just at the top half of my face.
I don't
hello.
even see myself right now.
If we all angle, we can make some horrible conglomeration.
I don't even know which cam is mine right now. So
That was really horrific. That's also not right. Why? Where is the webcam?
oh wait, there's my head.
You know what? I'm also gonna just quickly get rid of the background as well.
Well, at least we have fancy new trees.
Yes, I wanted to show. Yes, we've got a fancy new graphic for this. So this is the grove they're in.
Can we have icons?
No, because it's not a battle.
They take a long time to make.
No, I just want a fucking square.
It's not a
genuinely-
battle map.
It's just remembering where
Also
everyone
that.
is. Okay, fine. I'll just
It's
stare
wait,
at this
Midge.
blank page with my blank.
Every
mark.
map is a battle map if you roll bad enough.
Well, no,
Yeah, we
the
could start
battles
fighting.
might happen, but they will still happen in theatre of the mind. I'm not doing turn orders and such because
I don't have any weapons on me right now, so let's hope not.
My wit is my weapon.
So, yes, Mr. Lear exclaims, and he can't stop himself from exclaiming. Dr. Samuel looks over and says, "Is everything all right?" And then Mr. Lear is just off, walking away, just like, "No, that didn't need to
right
see
out of
that." And the inspector is like, he's looking at you and he goes, "I'm not going to be able to hide it from him."
No, but can you please ease him into it, because it is not a pretty sight. I understand that he will have to see it, but
He also does the town's medical examining. There's no way around it.
He's got you there.
well, you may want to prep him then, because
I know it's not a funny situation, but the awkwardness of the situation is making me giggle, and I can't help myself.
Don't worry. I'll talk to him.
Okay.
And the inspector...
And please, one more thing, just try to keep the villagers away, because you saw what happened to Mr. Lear already.
I mean, so far you've already had
3 now.
3.
Mr.
so
Lear
yeah,
and
it's-
2. Yeah. It's gonna go around anyway, but do you really want the whole village to see this?
So the inspector walks off and he goes, Samuels, can I have a word? And he sends the other bobbies that were with him to go seal the well.
I'm going to go seal the well.
Okay. no, wait, no. Fuck. Not that Bobby. I meant the ones that came with the inspector. So Wind and who else is there? Which one of the other?
Please tell me somewhere there's a Bobby named Robert.
There is. I think you've already come across him, haven't you? I swear there was one called Robert.
The big strong Bobby with the apple.
We've got Bernard Milo the inspector, and then there's George Fletcher, Fred, Kyler, Wind, and Ben Smith. Those are
you've got a Ben Smith, yeah.
Ben Smith, who likes Granny Smith apples, yeah.
Yeah, Ben Smith that likes Granny. Was it? Yeah.
They're very buff.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was.
Yeah, he's the sergeant. Yeah.
With short
That was
brown
the swole
hair
guy.
and graying beard.
So you've got Stims and Tyler there as well. So the three of them are closing up the.
Stims.
Yes.
Stims.
What's his first name then?
We've seen him before.
Yeah, Trevor Stims.
Have we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess he's a PC, huh?
Yeah, it's PC Trevor Stims. He was one of the ones that was there to bring Mr. Lear home that night.
Okay.
Okay. First session, we may have missed some things.
So yeah, they begin closing the well, and you see over Bobby, you're probably closest, but I'm guessing the rest of you are also looking as the inspector informs Dr. Samuels of the find. And
Hey, is one of these ancient ones his kid?
One of the girls we found?
Yeah,
Most likely his half-sisters, but you technically may not know this yet. Did you mention?
I think we're very unclear. I don't distinctly remember saying about this mystery.
Well, but I was there in the library, that's why I know.
oh, Borgvald was in the library as well, remember?
Oh, he was.
Yeah, this
I was
is
looking at the brochures about helium, though. He might not be.
you probably.
Oh, I
would've-
wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't there with you. I was just in the building.
I think we discussed it in Bexley Hall, but we didn't mention any names. As I heard about that, but didn't know the names. That's what I've got.
Yeah, so you do all know that the two of the original three missing children from the case, way back when, were the half sisters of Dr. Samuels.
Yeah, that's why I went for the inspector.
And you see Samuels. You look at him and he's just like he's seen a ghost, but he's numb. He's stood there and he doesn't quite know what to make of it. And the inspector puts his right hand on his shoulder and like someone's just hit the play button back on Samuel's life. Samuel goes to his knees and just you see the man sob. Can you give me a listen check?
I can indeed.
And yeah, go for it.
Why is my character sheet closed itself?
Okay.
Oh, that's missing.
I think,
Oh my goodness.
Boltvard,
Oh my god!
Boltvard, you hear nothing, and in fact, you get a bit of an earache.
That's the first critical failure.
Yeah.
Put
Which
your finger in
and a
your-
fumble means I technically get to decide the outcome. So yeah, you now have an earache for the
I
rest
thought we
of
had
the
one fumble before.
We had fumbles before, but no one ever
I had-
rolled a 100.
Yeah, no, that's the
I
first
had
time.
2 in a row last session.
Yeah. You have earache, so if you try to listen again today, it might be a little bit weaker. You kind of
just,
you did that thing. You did that thing where you like try to like cup your ear and you kind of poke yourself a bit, and like it's just like
I missed forgot where my ear is.
And
You
it's
did it
Or
with
you
the wrong
tried to
hand.
do it with your stump
With
and
the
just
stump.
punched yourself in the face.
Got ringing in it.
Just, oh,
At the start of fucking a singing Private Ryan.
But you hear Dr. Samuel say, after all these years, they were just in town? And,
Just literally the whole time.
but
I mean, they're not really.
You
in
don't hear
town.
that.
I'm not done.
So,
But I thought this was originally covered in the original search. Yep. It was, and they even unsealed and resealed the well. I'm sorry, I don't know how to explain it yet, but
Mop.
at least you can give him a proper burial now.
Mop.
And that's all you hear.
Well, shit.
Okay. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna sort of. Oh, probably the inspector I shall wander up to because I think Dr. Samuels needs to be left alone.
You're not going to be able to
Oh.
really talk to the inspector without Samuels being there, because the inspector's
Oh,
kind of
well,
staying.
yeah, okay, but I'm gonna direct
Yeah,
at
okay.
the inspector because
Okay.
I think Samuels just needs
No,
to
that's
throw on the
fine.
ground for Inspector, if this area was already covered, how soon after the disappearances was it covered?
Well, sorry, rephrase that for me. Do you mean how long did we uncover it for?
Well, I mean, how soon after? Hang on, I need to learn how to English for a second.
Like, how soon after it was it uncovered?
How
After
soon
the
after
disappearance, do you mean?
Yeah, like
When
how
did you search the well?
how
How soon
soon?
after they went?
Yes, when was the area searched after they went missing? Just gonna sit my tea. I don't know how to speak.
I would have to check the case files. I wasn't an inspector in this area then. I don't know if the accent gave it away,
Can
but
I-
I'm
can
not
I, like-
originally
can I,
from
like-
around here.
Be talking and kind of like walking him away from Dr. Samuels.
He seems to be staying by his friend
Ah! Why?
in
why
this
is he-
relatively
Damn,
hard time.
It's okay.
You can
why
try
can't-
and get him away, but it
Is
might
Dr.
require
Samuels
a
looking?
roll.
Or is he just?
Dr. Samuels
own little
is openly crying into his arms. He's not exactly paying the most attention
because like
right
you
now.
know when you want to talk to someone, you just kind of do a little. Is that not?
I think it would need a little bit more
Can
to
I
That's
roll?
persuade
very
him.
obvious.
I think it would need a little bit more to persuade him to leave his friend.
You want to roll a persuade? Is that a thing? Yes, it is.
Yes,
Oh
it
god,
is.
it's not gonna go well.
He's like, he like mouths to you later.
Okay. I'll just. I was about to say Pam on the head. That's not very. No, that's not a very Artemis thing to do. I think I'll just walk away.
So, it's at this point that Wind comes up to you, Arthur, and says, I was just telling the other two. I'm stuck in the thingy's
in the
voice.
north.
Hello. I was just telling the other two about the other evidence you'd found. Bar this. The item of clothing. Miss Sheffield. And he like flags you down as well because you were the one who found it.
Yes.
Do you guys remember
guys?
Do you folks remember the path we've taken? We might want to get another search along the path, and these two were going to get the organisation on that going while we're sorting
we red
here as
flagged
well.
every point of evidence, so
Yes, and I think we know vaguely the directions in which. Yes, I think we could probably find the path again.
Okay. Okay. Well, yes. From here, do you know the direction you guys took? Because obviously it helped them getting to the flags easier. Send it.
yes.
Due
Northeast, I believe.
Yeah.
Northeast, yeah.
Right. Okay. You guys got that? All right. And they run off out of the gate, and they're gonna go and grab a bigger search party to start combing that forest again.
I'm gonna grab my hip flask, take a sip, and hold it up to Arthur.
I'm gonna also take a sip.
How many
I
of
just
us
hand
are
it back.
grouped in one place now? I know
I
we three are sort of close.
say you'd all be around the well center area, unless
Yeah,
anyone wants
yeah.
to do anything different.
Is anyone else around here?
Well, you've got Mr. Lear, you've got the two from before that were with you, and you've got a number of other.
Okay, can I
Citizens.
try again with my little head movement to the group?
I'm-
Oh, is
I-
you
Wanna
doing a
roll
little?
for that?
I'm sure the group would
Yeah.
Come over here.
be more susceptible to a head.
Persuade.
You want me to roll persuade for you? Bobby's like, no, I'm not sure.
Roll
Wait,
for
that'll be-
persuasive.
You,
Roll for persuasive nod.
No.
Bobby, you fumble listen rolls, not common sense rolls.
I'm looking at things as well, don't forget that.
Oh, that's true. That's very true.
Okay, well, one of the things you're looking at is going to have to be me, okay? Right. Are we all now
Mm-hmm.
a group?
Yes.
Okay.
I move in the direction of your head, Bob, I guess.
Okay. Did we all hear what the inspector and Dr. Samuels just said?
Mm-hmm. I
Mhm.
did.
I do.
No. No is the answer for some of you.
No, I didn't.
I was not around.
If
My ear hurts.
the girls weren't found here, even though the well was opened, when this area was investigated after their disappearance, then we have to assume that they were held somewhere else alive for potentially some time before they were buried here. And
There
since
is
it
another
looks like
option.
another option?
The people who claim to have
Searched.
are not trustworthy. Maybe they lied.
If they had opened the well, and Dr. Samuels knew that, I very much doubt that he would cover up his own sister's disappearance.
You don't know that.
If he ever saw the well uncovered.
Regardless, if this is anything like the current disappearances, I'm holding out a little more hope for the lives of the girls that are currently missing.
It did look. Go ahead.
Well, it seems that they might need to be kept alive for something.
Or
Indeed.
someone.
I'm gonna just shudder when I say that. Oh,
Yeah.
I sort of look back to the was it by the look of how they were positioned, looks like they died in that well.
Yeah. They are.
Had they been thrown in, there'd be more obvious damage to the bodies, and they wouldn't have been
so they must have
held
been
together.
held somewhere else for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If
I
we can
agree on
find
that.
out where, perhaps we can find Katie.
Them, hopefully alive.
Possibly.
So,
It
investigators.
might be an idea. It might be an idea to suggest to the police that they keep a watch on this place. If we, well,
Especially since I think someone saw us come here.
indeed.
They did. I don't trust these town folk anymore. There's perfidy afoot.
There
Roll
is
for an English
some-
check. Do you know the word perfidy?
I have used
Yeah,
that
no, it's
word
fine.
like 78 times so far. If I didn't know it, I would have not known it by now.
That's
One
fair.
of his few words.
I was on my
Oh,
word
just
of
looking
the
at him
day
like
calendar.
you don't know the words for dream, but you know the word for anyway.
He looked up the difficult words.
Words
My
English people
weird-
don't expect you to know.
It's my
It's a
weird word of
BuzzFeed
the day
article.
calendar.
I like that. Like the bottom of a planner. Like, you know, you buy a diary, it just says, fun fact, bananas are a herb. So yes, what's the plan, guys?
It's the plan, gang.
Well, seeing that
Well-
we found some completely weird signs in one of the trees, I
will-
wouldn't
yeah.
mind checking the other trees a bit more up close now that we know what we're
Yes,
looking
same.
for.
The ones in the grove?
Do
The ones
do
in
we
the
want
grove
to do
and the
that
one
immediately,
outside.
or do we want to wait till later?
I'd like to wait till most people are away, but
This place isn't gonna. They're not gonna leave this place anytime soon.
no, that's also
We
true.
may, we may as well do it now.
Yeah.
We won't do it at all. Did we actually check to see? We didn't look too much in that well, unfortunately, to see if there's anything else down there. I doubt the police would let us down at this point.
They
What you
closed it
saw,
off, so-
because a lot of you saw it, was the 2 bodies and a pile of soil. Was the specific thing. It was like the well's been filled.
Yeah.
I meant more like a specific, like, in-depth search.
I mean,
you
you'd
want
have
to
to get
dig out
down
the
there.
well?
You'd have to get down there and in there, which you surmise would probably happen soon, because there needs to be a certain retrieval.
Oh, it was my first time doing such.
For a corpse?
Well, thank you very much.
Pulling a
That's
corpse
weird.
out of someone unfortunate, yes. In my experience, they're a little larger.
So who is still around in the grove other than us? So Mr. Lear is here.
Mm-hmm.
The inspector is still here.
Inspector and Samuels are outside, just by the gate.
Just outside. And Lear is still inside, but probably puking his guts out by now.
He's not puking. He's actually gone over and sat by one of the trees. He's just sat there, kind of like his mind is
Charlotte's
clearly
family
occupied. No one of Charlotte's family is here.
And they weren't like with the search people earlier. The
No.
Franklins aren't. No.
I'm gonna have a look at one of the trees I didn't look at before, the one with the Celtic wheel, and have another examination of it.
Which
I'm
which
gonna-
one? The one that you looked at before, or one that you
No,
haven't?
one of the other ones. So I will say this one here, the northwest.
That's the one with Mr. Lear below it.
Okay, not that one.
So you got Mr. Lear here. You've got Samuels and Thingy over here.
Have a look at the eastern one. Then.
You've got 2 of the other random NPCs there. Wind is by the well.
Wind by the well.
And you've got a couple of others who have now wandered over to there.
I'll
I'm,
check this tree. I'll check this. The soul. The
Yep.
soul tree doesn't have anyone fucking standing nearby.
I'm gonna go.
Yep, that's fine. You can check that.
I'm heading over to Mr. Lear with my hip flask. Offer him a drink.
Okay, sure. He.
And
I'll do the search first. So, is anyone else helping with the search with this tree?
What's,
I'll- I'll
yes,
head over
go on
and
then.
help.
I'll do a botany.
So,
So, spot hidden, I presume.
spot hidden, please, for the other 2. If
Oh, aye.
I will use my eyes. Oh. they still don't work. Ouch.
so.
You just twig.
Okay. So with that's a fumble. They go to boost. You 2 boost Quirk up into the tree because you think, the last symbol was up. So you boost Quirk, he gets on the tree, and then he thinks he's got a grip. You guys let go, and then he doesn't have a grip.
Right.
He slips straight off and lands on his bad back.
Am I allowed to try and save this?
It's a fumble. It's a fumble.
You don't get any say. It's the GM's role now.
Yeah.
It's you're in my world now.
My world now, not your world.
And you think that any strenuous tasks now, Bobby, at least for the rest of the day, might have some penalty die on them.
Good thing we already picked up the lid. Jesus.
I'm just gonna sit underneath the tree and mumble to myself.
I succeeded on my roll.
Got some good fumbles today, though.
Didn't really help. No, not with the fumble and the 89 on a fail.
You guys are dragging me down.
I'm gonna try and push my roll.
Ooh.
How?
So I'm gonna try and so I know it's upstairs. I'm gonna try and literally just ramp up onto the tree to try and.
Okay, wait, give me a dexterity check first, then, if you're
Could
going
I
to push
use?
it.
Okay. Well,
So
yeah,
I will need the pushed spot hidden, and do remember if you fail this, it's auto fumble.
It's a fumble. Yeah, I know.
So I'll need that and then a little bit of dexterity.
This is a terrible idea. Oh.
Spot hidden's a success, so let's see if you get up there.
Right.
Please.
Nope, nearly a fumble on that. Fuck me.
Okay. You run up and you do the same, and you grab on for a little bit, but then slide, and you know where you scrape your stomach. It does not. You haven't hurt yourself, but it's just like Okay.
Yeah.
But you did notice the corner of another shape up there, on one of the branches.
Can I flag down, Willem?
Willem, she
I'm
tries to
watching
flag
Willem.
you down.
Are you coming? Are you coming?
Yeah, I'll come over. I'll just leave the hip flask with Mr. Lear for now.
Okay.
Could you possibly give me a boost up?
I can.
Okay.
just-
Willem, give me a strength roll.
Can I assist in that or?
Nope.
No, you're on the floor.
Oh my god, why do I fail this?
And that's almost a fumble as well.
Wow. Wow.
I just
Clearly,
wanna
the universe does
investigate
not
this
want you to
tree.
get up this tree.
No, it
getting
does
up
not.
I'm getting up the stairs. I have to fucking re-roll a
Can I-
character next week. I don't care.
I would have actually rolled a size instead, but
How? How does
the
this-
one-handed
how-
man hasn't
how
tried
is
to
this
climb
fail?
the tree yet. Maybe he'll do better than we have.
How
So,
does the giant fail to pick up the dwarf?
Artemis, give me a dex roll. Just flat
Okay.
dex or climb if you've got it.
I don't think I do. Not
You're
anymore.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, you can wait. Whatever's better for you, I'll allow you to wait either.
fucking.
Oh.
I don't care
Okay.
if you guys.
So,
ninja.
Willem kind of he gets you up and he gets you up high enough, but he slips because it's been raining, so the ground's a little bit wet. And you feel him slip, and you just go whoop, and you bear hug one of the branches, and you quite gracefully manage to wrap yourself around and swing yourself onto one of the branches of the tree. So you are now up the tree.
I just say I saw a shape in the corner. Could you have a look?
I got a success on my botany roll, pal. I know how this tree works. Anyway,
You know how
can
it works
I don't know.
anatomically.
Can I see it?
You can see a symbol.
Okay. What is this?
Give me a history check.
Ay.
What shape is it?
I think
a-
I
It's a complex shape, so I want to see if she knows what it is. You have no idea. It looks like a large pattern of swirls.
okay. Honestly,
Oh, fuck.
I
Can
have
you-
no idea what this is.
Can you describe it to me?
A large pattern of swirls.
Can I
helpful.
roll a history check on that? If she
It's not
like,
enough to go on, really.
Is there? Okay,
No, but-
Mitch,
No,
can you show me the image and I will try and describe it because y'all know I'm not gonna know what this is. I'm not a history nerd.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to download it and Snapchat it to you.
Okay.
I have an idea.
Can I roll a history check then?
Well, can we
Or
just-
do I
can
have
we
to
just
wait?
see if I
Let me
can-
hear the idea on Kazoo's behalf, because
Okay.
more history checks on
Right.
that description isn't going to help you. I will say that now.
I basically, I pull out my diary and pencil. I'm gonna say, right, if I can get up there, I could press this paper to the symbol and sketch it in.
If you could get up there, you could just look at it.
But you
I mean-
couldn't get up there.
I don't
That's
say
the
that.
issue.
I can try
that's-
again, and this time using a different roll.
And maybe even worse consequences.
Well, I don't give a fuck. This tree has challenged me, and I don't care if this kills me. I'm trying again. But I use a jump roll this time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, go for it.
Oh,
Are you gonna try and describe it to me first?
Okay. It's getting
Okay,
worse.
so you jump. It's not a fumble, so I can't do anything else. But you like instantly
you
jump
can't
and
jump
also
right now.
slip
Can
on
I
the
have
mud.
the image now?
I've sent
Okay.
it to you.
Oh,
A 97 doesn't count as
That's
a
not come through.
fumble? Wow.
It's because of his top end.
Still,
I-
one more than
I-
I would have.
High jumpitude.
Right.
And the reason I'm not outright describing it is because we've got a room full of history nerds who probably will know what this symbol is.
Describe it.
it's not come through. Are you sure you sent it?
Yes,
Are
100%.
you sure you sent it to me?
Yep. It's saved in our chat as well.
How many
Really?
other ways can I climb a tree?
What app are you looking on?
We could chop
Snapchat.
it down.
Yeah, it's on Snapchat.
I literally can't see it. I wonder if this is an update thing.
Snapchat is shit, to be fair. So you know.
It does have issues from time to time.
Like, it's not even notified me.
I will Discord send it to you then.
Was it,
Okay.
was it a Celtic cross in the other tree?
Yeah.
No, Celtic Wheel.
Celtic
Celtic
Wheel.
So
Didn't
How
have.
many other ways can one
Based-
climb a tree?
based on that theme, it might be Celtic based, unless it's not.
You guys you get the impression that the people who have tried are all out of options on how to get
okay,
up the tree.
okay, here's what, okay.
You are wrong.
Let's make a human pyramid.
Oh,
sort
fuck. That's crazy enough. I won't allow it.
That was my next plan.
No, let me just describe this. Okay, now it's just come through on Snapchat, like just now. It just needed to wait like 5 minutes. Anyway, okay. At first glance, it sort of looks like 4 saplings coming out from a central point. Although I suppose it's not. There's there's 4. I would say not quite triangles made each of
Why don't you draw a picture and bring it down?
it's like if you had 3 leaves in a sort of a propeller's a thing.
Yes, prop planes are a thing,
It's like 4
and on boats, so they exist.
propellers in a cross.
So in a standard propeller formation.
No,
4 propellers in a propeller formation.
no.
You're describing a propeller.
Each of these 4 things is in itself a propeller with 3 parts.
I will allow for anyone trained in history, like specifically have put points in it, to roll a really, and I'm expecting an extreme from this.
Oh shit!
Okay,
Why
let
do I
me
keep rolling so badly today?
let me draw it out just so that in case of
Why do I roll so shitty today? What the fuck?
I don't have any points in history.
We've all been rolling shittily.
19, thank you very much.
Where-
19 is
that's a
good,
hard.
but unfortunately, because you're Norwegian, I can't.
I don't know what it is.
Although,
you haven't to contend with my
actually,
language.
give
mate.
me a moment. I need to check something. Being Norwegian might help a little bit on that. So
Henny, do you
let me
wanna
get
try
back to you.
some
Give me
peach?
2 seconds.
Come here. Do you think you could try some peach?
Okay,
People with knowledge of Celtic things try and.
Borgvard,
We have to go this way.
you actually,
Yes.
it does spring something to mind for you. You think it might be a cross of can't say that word. Yes, I can. A cross of triquetas, or something else, which is kind of no, it's okay. A cross of triquetas, or what it. I need to find my words properly. Give me a moment.
It's hard. This today is not one for language.
Okay, it's a cross of quitras, or the most common version of it, the Carolingian cross.
Oh.
That's what you think it is.
Where are these trees from?
Noises from the well.
So this symbol dates back to Charlemagne. Is that the oldest thing we found on here so far?
And no, because the Celtic the Celtic wheel that wouldn't have been put in. They wouldn't have been put in this area for like since 500 AD, before even. But then they have a Carolingian cross. I failed the history. I failed the history roll. I can't use them.
Okay, so basically, can I just like?
No, because you already know about the other one, so you can work out. If he says what it is, if you knew something about it, you can go, oh.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the main information has been found out now.
Yes.
Again,
It's from France.
not in the right time period.
Not even in the right area or the right landmass.
That as well.
The South of England was hardly ever a Frankish property.
I mean, the Normans were here, but that was later. That was
I
much
think
later.
we can assume that these symbols have been adopted by some other group of people than those who originally used them.
Indeed.
Yeah.
We need to check the other trees. More tree-based misadventures.
I'm not going to ask for anyone's help getting down. I'm just going to kind of like let myself down. Do you want me to roll something for that?
No, I think you'll be fine.
Okay,
More
I'm going to
trees.
just gracefully get out of the tree because y'all aren't helpful.
Well, thanks.
Are we go
I'm
down to this
heading
one?
back to Mr. Leah, since that's all
Oh.
we still want to
No,
inspect.
this one. We haven't, have we?
That
We
one,
did-
that's the one we're looking at now.
I
Yeah.
thought we were looking at this one.
No, that had people by it, so I decided to ignore it.
Ah, okay.
So
Well,
this
should
one,
we not go here because it's closer?
if you do not need my help, I'll be over
We can
here
just-
talking to Mr. Lear. Oh wait, I can't ping from today.
Oh, you want to actually talk to Mr. Okay.
I do want to talk to Mr. Lear.
What would you like to say to Mr. Lear?
First I'm asking my bottle back, checking how much he's drunk.
He gives it to you back, and you actually look at it, and you don't see much of a difference.
Okay. I assume you saw the bodies.
Yeah.
We were looking. I know we were looking for your daughter, but I have a question for you. You do a lot of construction in these parts, yes?
Yeah.
Would you know of any tunnels or crypts in this region, in town?
Tunnels or crypts? I mean, I think the church has a crypt. Yeah, I think there's some old burial sites down there. I don't know how deep they go, but no, we
Not really, no.
we barely had central plumbing until the 1800s. Even then, it was to a giant cesspool over into one of the bogs.
So not really a big pipe or anything, just...
Nope. Why the fuck are you asking about plumbing?
Oh, I was asking about tunnels, not so much about plumbing.
It could
but-
be worse. He could be asking. I'm gonna trail off.
It's just
he
that-
almost got arrested.
Yeah. There's so many things not right around here right now, including the missing of your daughter. We'll continue to try and find her, obviously. I really hope we succeed.
Thank you. That's nice to know that even people from out of town are helping.
You're welcome. I'll just casually stroll back.
Okay, no worries.
I'm just gonna sort of go over to the tree with these several people gathered around it, and sort of start sizing it up almost.
Yep. This looks to be the smallest of all the oaks.
Okay, thank God.
Does it have? Okay. Do you want us to spot hidden?
Is there a conveniently placed ladder somewhere nearby?
Can I give somebody a foot up? I can try again.
You want to try and give someone a foot up?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Who
Me
are
too.
you?
Trying.
Who
The
are you?
lightest, or whoever is available.
I'm fine going up.
Why don't you
All right.
try Arthur? Because he actually knows what he's looking at.
All right. Well,
Okay.
that you kind of got.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Arthur is yeeted into the tree.
This very
I'm
underweight
just
man is
gonna like
chucked
look
up.
away. I'm like, am I that fat?
I mean, for goodness, Arthur does look like very thin, like dangerously so. So, 'cause I'm totally not playing myself in this game. Now I'm up in the tree. Can I do a quick look around?
Of course, give me a spot hidden.
Motherfucker!
You fall out of the tree.
You just got 100.
Oh God!
Bobby
We
said
rolled
it.
So well.
Bobby
last
said
time
it.
To get all the clues.
So
I think someone in the roll 20 has finally heard all my criticizing,
So
and they've
you-
said, "Fuck it."
you
ruin his
see
rolls, fuck
a
it."
symbol, but it's kind of obscured by branches, and you go like you put your hands up to move the branches, but that throws your balance, and you tumble
Okay.
from the tree, and
Ah.
you take a point of damage
Oh,
because
for
you
fuck's
you
bang.
land really awkwardly out the tree.
Right. So I'll hit the ground, sigh, roll over, dust myself, and say, "Right, let's try that again."
Do I need to yeet him again?
You need to yeet him again.
Very well. Doink.
Yep,
Now he
he's
sort
up
of
in the
knows
tree.
where the symbol is.
He does know where the symbol is.
Right, I'm gonna very carefully, like slowly, one-handedly brush it away now.
Yep. Okay. Give me a history check.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, you know. I think you know what this is. This is it's kind of a bit crude, but it's a. Well, I'll describe the symbol to you, and I'll see if you know what this is. It is a cross or an X with a P through it, with an elongated tail.
Oh.
That's the Pax Christi sign.
That's the sort of emblem of the Western Roman Empire, I believe, or like what they used in most of their like official. Oh. And it's definitely far too young to be like chronistic, obviously.
What do you mean? It's by
Well,
that
yeah,
sentence?
like- It's definitely not going to be 1,600 years old, is it?
Oh God, no! This is
No.
one of the younger of the trees.
Yeah. Oh, would you look at that. I'm just gonna.
I don't think you need to carbon date a tree to
No.
work that one
I could
out.
probably.
Have you put these symbols down in your notebook?
Mm-hmm. I've been drawing the. Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
quickly like draw this into my notebooks. Just
So is it actually the Chiro, or
It is.
it
is
similar?
the Chiro. Yes.
Yes. I'm just gonna sort of write that down and then hop down again. Ah,
That one is the oldest symbol.
indeed. This is.
Thus far,
They're all rough. The three we found to throw in roughly the same time span, around 400 to 700 AD in their usage at least. Well, Charlemagne's 750 closer.
I failed my draw roll in real life. I drew a Q instead of a P.
Ah. Right, other two trees. Let's go.
Isn't a Q in Chinese pronounced like chi? Like CH,
Yeah.
so wouldn't it still be
Two
chi?
trees?
Still Chiro.
It is a
Oh,
Chiro.
that side as well. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Even if you spell
Okay.
it with a Q.
Let's go to the one with Lear first.
Yes.
Okay.
You want to know the boost?
Who's static?
What? I don't know. I can hear it.
That might be me.
Yeah, I can hear it as well.
Yeah.
Could be my microphone. Hang on.
Yeah, it's a cable out of
Yeah,
Ben's, I think.
Yeah.
I can't
Can't
hear
Oh,
you.
you're
at all.
muted.
Hmm.
Say something, Ben?
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Right, let's try this again then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
Ah!
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know my own strength sometimes.
Which tree are you going for? The one with the leer?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is the largest of the trees, so I'm also going to need a climb or dexterity check from Arthur.
Dex check. Ah!
Okay,
At least it's not a fumble this time.
do you want to push it or try it? Because at the moment you're kind of the thing is you're like you're holding on, but you're not
It's like, oh,
up there.
fucks. Arthur's looking very exasperated at this point. Like, if I pushed it, could I use dexterity or jump again, or would it have to be like climb or something more strength based? So I can't really jump off thin air. I'm not a platforming.
I'll
character.
allow you to. It wouldn't. Strength, dex, or climb would work.
Go Dex. Let's push this.
Yeah, you're up. You're up. You're up. Fine.
Oh,
You swing your leg around and you get up.
right. I'm gonna.
Just
What do I?
touch it for a second there.
My drastically changing fortunes when it comes to tree-based traversal. Yeah. What do my I don't know. I see.
Give me a spot hidden.
As opposed to like your nose.
What can I see with my ears?
What does the tree taste like?
The one that
Two.
I saw earlier was that burned in as well. I
Yes,
saw
they've
that.
all been burned in so far.
But yes. A success.
And do the burns look of the same age, or do they look like there's more growth or less growth?
You find that wasn't looked for, but you can look for that between these next two. Because that would take a slightly different check. That would take something to do with,
Throw the botanist in the tree.
well,
Want to,
dating
but-
burns isn't really botany. It would
Oh.
be.
Yeah, but I could see if the tree is healed.
It's common sense.
Yeah, okay.
It's, does
You
this
could- you
look
could go-
older, or does that look older?
Yeah.
You see, you see in this tree, give me a history check.
Okay. Oh boy. Nope.
Well, you say that. I'm going to give you a bonus die so you do actually make it.
Okay.
You see what you know to be the symbol of the Bexleys.
So. Oh. Oh.
Ooh.
I'm very just writing this down in my notebook, like, oh, and just quickly put it back in my thing. Yeah, roughly how could I vaguely figure out how old this burn was in, like, you know, like if there's any obvious signs of it being particularly old or particularly recent.
You can try.
What would that be?
Give me a skill that you think would apply.
This is the oldest, isn't it?
Listen to the tree, see what it says.
I mean, can I use language Welsh then?
Tree. Ooh.
How
Trees
would
do
that
speak Welsh.
apply?
I'm being sarcastic. I'm not actually going to start like just shouting Welsh at trees.
Pop dipping.
It's to see if the tree will speak
Why
to
would I
you.
just say, I'll just say microwave to the tree. That'll fucking work.
Well, they don't exist, so
I was going to say, have they been invented?
Yeah.
Even for
No,
Welsh.
I wouldn't be able to know. There's nothing I could be able to unless I do another spot hidden.
Maybe.
But
Wouldn't
Nah.
intelligence
You
work?
need
Intelligence
someone who
would
knows
work.
about
Control.
trees.
I can throw you up the tree if you want to, but
try
No,
an
there's only
intelligence.
space for one.
I'll try an intelligence.
It doesn't look recent.
Hmm. So it's not still smouldering. Fantastic.
Microwave wasn't invented until 1995, unfortunately.
I mean,
No, it
they
was
had
not.
to be put there after the tree had grown. So
Yeah.
we know that.
So we
much.
know two very obvious things.
This
Fantastic.
tree is the oldest of the trees, so
It is indeed.
at
Right.
some
Oldest
point,
tree has the
between,
newest symbol?
600 years ago and now.
well,
I don't know. The Bexley family would be very, very old.
Unless the Bexleys adopted that symbol because of the
True.
tree.
Remind me again, what is the Bexley symbol?
It's on the map.
definitely. Well, not on this one.
No,
No,
it's
Ding.
It was on the
the,
other one, yeah.
the deer.
Oh yeah, the
Oh.
deer rampant. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
deer.
Well,
no, it's
stag
the one on the
rampant.
left.
Yeah.
No, it's the one on the right.
The one on
The one on the left is St. Craythorne, which looks a little bit.
That's a Celtic wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
And then some.
and it's a tree.
Look
Why did I
at.
not
Tree.
Why did I
Kinda
not
looks
notice that
like a-
before?
Looks like an upside down flayed man too.
Mm-hmm.
Look.
The
Look.
phrase.
Look.
There's
Look.
a
Okay,
lot in there.
it's just
Look.
everything.
Look at the context clues I've given you. Wow, it's great. It's like
Oh,
a
do you
flag.
know?
For
Do you know
fuck's
what
sake,
else
Mitch.
we're gonna? As soon as we get back to Bexley Manor, we're gonna check out where the
Burn
fuck
it
is the
down.
Pentagon.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
One
that
thing
too.
to the old.
Yeah, also that. What?
Suspicious.
Okay, right.
All right.
Last tree. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go.
and
Oh, the
tree
one
on the
outside.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a huge tree.
But it's not the oldest.
It's not the oldest, but it has grown the biggest.
More space.
This is to even get to the lowest branch. You'd need a ladder.
Human pyramid.
If only we'd brought some rope.
Can we cut it down? It's easier.
Hey, you know what I just thought, Midge? If only Kettle Moon was here with my 6-foot ladder.
Yeah, I know, right? You want to cut down a 600-year-old oak tree? How long have you got?
No.
Like
I have a small pocket knife. Maybe that'll help.
This one isn't 600 years old.
No.
oh, what? How old is this one again? This is
This one
500?
is the third oldest.
okay. So it's about 450 years old. There you are. It's a 450-year-old oak tree. Like that shit is gonna
I
be
mean-
tough.
Does anyone
Yeah,
have
and
a
it's
heron?
it's got to be about 500, 450. It's gonna be at least
Maybe.
3 meters.
Maybe we should
Just
head
like-
back.
I couldn't
No,
wrap my
okay.
arms around that.
Hang on. There's no way of getting up.
There's no easy way of getting up, and I think with our tree-based shenanigans so far, it doesn't put us in good stead.
We can
No.
always come back later.
Wait.
Can we-
But if Willem gave me a boost,
You still wouldn't be able to reach the.
No, that would be a
You
massive
he would
boost.
have to throw you, or you'd have to like jump out of his arms. This is like 12 foot to the nearest branch.
Yeah, I'm not falling out of that tree.
and no one has any rope.
No one
It's
has
not
any
a
rope with
D&D
them.
party. You don't just bring rope around.
Someone wanted to go down the well.
Yeah,
No,
but also
I wanted to lash
I
onto
act-
them with a rope and haul the corpses out.
but do you
I'm
have a
assuming-
rope?
I'm assuming there's no
we went
rope
over
by
that
the
last
well.
week.
Okay, exactly.
There was no rope
So-
by the well. No,
Please don't have rope.
No, probably not.
not
well,
carrying
We
on
should
them.
head back.
not on them.
There's not much
Um,
more we can do here.
Okay.
So, the inspector comes over. Oh my god! The door of my PC just fell off.
Oh, I was like,
Scared
what?
the life
What
out-
happened?
Yeah,
I thought it was the inspector, but no. Oh, okay.
I went okay, and it went bop. I was like, no.
No, it's not okay.
Just the trigger word to open the door.
Open
What
and
is
that's the
what
same.
is this
So
on the map? Is this random?
I think that was someone
Oh, that was me trying to.
because there's a mark
not
on the
draw.
tree in the same color. So,
Yeah,
Okay.
that was
I'm just
Celtic
like-
wheel.
Is this a clue?
No, that was me.
The
Okay.
the inspector comes
Is
up to
this
you
a
guys
clue?
and he says, "Thank you for your assistance today. Meet with me at about 7 down at the station. I want to talk to you about what you found, and I might have something for you. But
7 p.m.
Psychology. Is there any subtext behind that?
I want to roll
is
a
it-
psychology.
like-
I want to increase it.
okay, go for it.
Can I figure out if he's like if he's
Oh.
gonna just openly try to arrest us when we get there?
I've already ticked it, so never mind. But carry on.
I am also very, well. I would almost say
You
apprehensive.
get the idea that he's being truthful and trying to do his
Right.
job,
Okay.
and
Okay.
you guys have made more progress than any of his policemen in one day than they have in 4.
Ha! Take that, Constabulary.
I mean, that's classic detective work, isn't it?
In this day and age, outsourcing, yeah.
Wait, he's away from
He
Dr.
does the,
Samuels now.
well.
Oh, well, he wants us to come meet him in the station.
I,
so it's fine.
I mean, Dr. Samuels is there. You guys are like
Oh,
here, so
Okay, it's fine. We'll just talk later. It's okay.
10 feet
I think
between
we've
you.
done what we can do here. I think it's time to depart.
Also, our character's been like
Scoured.
doing shit for 7 hours. We're probably quite tired.
Yeah, it's about
we've not had
it's about
lunch.
3. You haven't had lunch.
Oh, wait.
No, we could do with some lunch.
I recall a Norwegian man said he'd buy us lunch.
He did.
He did mention that.
When someone said we should go back, he said, "No, I will buy you lunch."
He did
So-
say that.
He did say that. So, do
I
you know any
don't
cafes
speak
we can
English.
still
You've got
enter?
4 witnesses. Hey, Bobby, do you happen to know a cafe?
I do, yes.
One
When
more
was
real welcome.
Yes. Very cheap as well.
Yeah, there's a cafe. You know this as well, Artemis. There's a cafe across from the grocers.
Hang on 1 minute.
I'm just gonna say for a moment, would we perhaps like to go to the town via the crash site, and also
on the
see?
way.
Well, yes, but actually, look at it. Someone needs to remember to do something. Looking, and also perhaps see if there's any obvious break in the fence. Let me just point to where I mean, because I don't know how to describe this. From continuing, just while we walk past.
Okay, so are you guys leaving Friars Forest?
Yes.
Okay.
Via past this thing.
Oh, you want to go actually
See-
through the forest bit?
Well, where is the crash site? Where is it that the
There's no clear sign of it, and it was at night time. There would need to be a check made on the way home.
Wait, no, I asked Detective Wind if you could show me, didn't I?
I don't remember that.
Well, no, because you asked me. I forgot to ask.
Yeah, you never
Constable.
asked the constable.
Well, we've not actually left yet, so how about someone goes and asks the constable?
We know it was by the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are we so bent out of shape about the crash site?
It's more the location of the crash site, not so much the crash site.
Like, was it?
Okay, that's
on
semantics.
route?
Why are we so bent out of shape about the...
It was a deer with flowers woven in its antlers
Also, no eyes.
and no eyes.
Okay, so...
I've seen
the
deers,
wind
they don't
blew
normally have that.
The wind blew the flowers over, and an animal ate the eyeballs out.
With a that is what they're trying to work
You
out. I
sound
believe
exactly
is the
like the local
trajectory
police.
of the deer leaving, following this path that you have
Yes.
uncovered. I think.
So I
Unless the deer was-
suggested that
Ask-
they turned a
ask
person into a
Constable
deer, and
Wind.
you all told me I was crazy.
Well,
No,
now
no,
they're
no,
running with that.
We thought that, but Mitch said no, nobody got turned into a
Yeah,
deer.
I know. Nobody has been
Or-
turned into a
Philip,
deer.
go and ask Wind.
Yeah. I will ask PC Wind then. On our way back, could you point out the location of the crash site from last Sunday?
Well, I wasn't the attending officer.
Wait a second. Oh no,
I know, that was...
that
Was it one of the
Was.
many Georges?
It was one of the Georges, yes.
George.
The horde of
I'm
Georges.
guessing George isn't here right now.
uh
No. Would I... Well, Was it?
I can give you a
dark when
rough
I entered?
area.
That'll do for me.
It was. It's about halfway between from the train station to the. It's about where the road curves into the older road.
Ah, okay.
Roughly.
That will do. Thank you very much.
When we walk there, I want to see if the road is open, or if there's like hedges on the side or a wall.
You've already walked past it, this road, so you know there's
Okay,
hedges.
There's hedges.
As about this point, there's hedges.
Yeah.
There are hedges. Oh.
Yeah.
but this is the point. Okay, what's that?
Well, you don't know the exact point. You've been given an area. You've narrowed it down.
Okay, can we do what we were doing before, which is like all walk along and do our group spot checks?
You want to do a
Yeah.
line,
I'm
walk
hungry.
back through the forest?
No.
just on
When
this
we're walking
bit of
back,
road,
back
can we
to
all
town.
just-
You can't do a flat line if that's what you're asking.
No,
but
like when we'd cover like an area and we'd all like do a group.
I mean,
roll.
you can group look for it if. But first, I'll need to get whoever was at that scene, which is 2 people. Remember, if they were paying attention, who visited it, to see if they can remember where the crash were.
Where the crash were?
Yeah. So that would be Borkvard and.
I wasn't paying the slightest bit of
Would that be
attention
like
to
Okay, fair
an
enough.
intelligence?
Yeah, been intelligence.
I didn't look at it. All
Intelligence?
I was annoyed and I threw a coin out the window. That's all that happened.
You threw it into his eye.
I did.
well,
You can just about get a better idea. It was relatively near where the train track intercedes the road.
okay. So I know roughly where to look. So
Yeah.
Okay.
when we're near the train track, keep your eyes open.
Okay, so as you're leaving the forest, give me a spot hidden check.
All of us? Or...
All of you.
I really need to level up this bucket.
Yeah. Oh,
Come on! The dice gods are in a bad mood today.
I mean, for once I have a success with a spot hidden, which is.
Nope, so you
fascinating.
exit Friars Forest and
We all get lost out of the forest.
and begin to continue back towards the town. And you get to a point where you, Willem, think the crash has happened. Obviously, roads aren't really marked around here, and it's all just kind of foreign field to you. But you think this is where it was. At first glance, there is no obvious sign that there was a crash here at all.
Good cleaning crew.
But if you want to investigate, I will allow you to.
I will investigate.
Indeed.
Must
Can-
be around here somewhere. But how?
That's
to
that's as a group. That is not just
Are we?
Fine.
Are we
Okay,
all
yeah.
roll again?
anyone
no.
who wants to can roll to investigate search.
Okay, now.
Okay, can I roll my botany again? To see if
There's a
there's
cake on the floor.
Might
Oh,
be useful.
fuck me,
Botany
what
on
is
a
this?
road.
Oh, I thought you said there was hedges.
There's some hedges, but what are you trying to tell with the botany?
Like if the hedges have been disturbed, if a deer has gone onto the road, right? It's gone either through or over the hedge. But if it was
Okay.
like
Yeah, you
inching
can
a
roll.
bit
You can
mad,
roll a
then-
botany for that. Botany or survival.
Not having much luck with these spot hidden rolls, are we?
No, we don't. I don't
Not
see
after last
I don't
session where we
think-
got like
Enough of us realised that it was going to be a key skill that we should be putting lots of points
Yeah.
into.
I mean, some of us did, but that didn't fucking help, clearly.
I didn't see your botany roll. Did you roll it? Oh, there it is.
Nice.
Okay, so
Oh, okay.
you
That
don't
was late.
see any sign of like breakages in the hedge. No, like unnatural breakages or anything. There's some gaps. It's not a complete hedge. But yeah, you don't see like anything's burst through it or anything.
Okay.
Well,
Let's back to town and get some lunch.
All right.
I'm all for that.
So it takes you about 10 minutes walk for the rest of the way, and you get into town, and Bobby points you towards Brenda's Cafe.
It's
Yes.
on West Street, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it the square building on the north side?
No, that's the thingy shop.
Grocery, audible shop.
Cafe's there.
Okay. Oh, it's a grocery then. Okay.
Yes. So you enter the shop, and it is a quaint little cafe. They've got chalkboards up. They've got a couple of things on the menu. They've got various sandwiches. They have like one cooked item, which is, well, they've got about 3 cooked items. There's just combinations of toast, bacon, and eggs in different ways. It's not exactly. It's like you can get scrambled egg on toast.
Is it Plowman's lunch a thing yet?
Plowman's lunch is a thing, but it's not a thing here.
Oh, okay.
There's various like sandwiches and stuff like that you make use of very good tinned meats and such. Get your
Spam sandwich.
well, no. The 3 options are there's beef sandwiches.
Meat flavor.
There's beef sandwiches. There's salmon sandwiches with the finest Cornish canned salmon.
I was gonna say, is it like that flavor, that sandwich paste?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I think I'll go for the beef sandwich.
And
I'll
then
have
there's a like a BLT kind of one, not BLT, but without the it's it's like a cheese, cucumber and tomato. What's that one? There's like a
Cucumber, tomato.
yeah,
Unnecessary. Unasked for.
I will have the largest item on the food item.
I
on the
will
menu.
have
I'm
the
hungry.
smallest food item on the menu.
I'll have to.
My appetite is still not really come back from literally seeing
Yeah.
dead bodies.
Tea and toast.
So Artemis, you get a number of sandwiches, and do you want a drink at all?
I'll have a tea.
Okay, tea, water.
Coffee, please.
I don't think you're allowed
Coffee.
to order whiskey at a cafe.
Nope.
You're not?
No.
Shame.
Tea
So
and toast.
tea and toast.
just,
Yes. Borgvard, anything?
I have lost my appetite.
Yes. Fair enough. Any drink?
Yeah, I'm not
though?
gonna finish my sandwich.
I am, but reluctantly.
Whereas Kazoo's character is just like, nope, fine. Well, I don't know what you're all looking at. It's better than the mud he was drinking in the trenches of Passchendaele. So, yep. So, is there anything you guys would like to discuss over lunch, or would you like
Mud
to?
was the best we had.
I think
I'm
the,
not sure.
the topic of conversation needs to be not having topics of conversation with other people.
How about that
need a-
local sports team?
We need somewhere where we can.
The fighting
Discussing
child
pride.
kidnappers? Is that the sports team? Jesus Christ.
I've got something a bit stronger back at my grandfather's house, if that's what we need.
Well, you got my interest.
There's free booze at Bexley Manor. We could go booze up there all we
Bexley
want.
Manor.
Yeah.
Bexley Manor has weird stuff going on in it. We should
It
go to
might.
a.
Yeah, I told you about the weirdness.
Yeah.
So...
So
I saw the weirdness closer up.
Everyone around is just watching you guys have like.
Wait.
No.
How many furlongs away was it for you?
The fuck is a furlong?
Chains then.
Well,
Let's just go to the.
well, I don't know about you guys. This is Hartwell talking. He says, but you say you saw the symbol of the Bexleys, yes?
Yes, I
And
did.
it's right still there right now. You could see it with your own eyeballs.
Well, maybe their archives have some information as to why it might be there. It could just be a completely rational explanation for it. Just because we found it on a tree at a place where we found dead bodies.
Snoop around in their private dongles.
I'm.
Why don't we
I don't
Go
see why Maddie
obvious.
wouldn't.
grandfather's
If
house?
a group of weird strangers showed up at my manor in Norway, and was like, "Hey, I would like to look at your family secrets," I would tell them to go to hell.
Thankfully,
did
a
you-
few of us aren't strangers. However, I do believe we should go to a Bobby's grandfather's house for at least to the moment.
Yeah.
Just to
Bored.
discuss what's occurred and
Also,
then
we have to stay in town for a little bit because we have to speak to the inspector at 7. So driving
It's
back and
only-
forth.
free.
That's hours away.
Three-
I'm
yeah,
so
well,
bored.
It's not like a 4-hour drive like to and from.
True. Still.
it's like what 5-10 minute drive. That's fine.
Okay, so Bobby Quirk, you lead the way to your grandfather's house and welcome the party into what is essentially your home.
Oh, you inherited that.
Well,
Nice.
for the moment, it's where he's staying, so
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll point out the drink, wherever the drinks cabinet is, and offer tea, various other things.
Tea.
Tea,
Also water.
water. There's water.
I'll have a single scotch, please.
He pointed the drinks cabinet out to you, man.
Oh, well,
You're gonna
in that
serve
case, I'm
yourself.
just gonna grab myself a scotch.
yeah, I think there'd be a scotch in there.
Mhm.
If it's anything like my own grandfather's house, there's a fuck ton of scotch.
If you light a match in the wrong part of my grandfather's house, it will just explode from all the whiskey there.
yes. But yes, you are now in the private space that is the Quirk household.
Right. Well, I was talking earlier about when I saw something strange in Bexley Manor last night. Well, as I was going to bed, I saw in the corner of my vision a dark shape, almost like a shadow with no source. When I took a deeper look, it had quite the sight. Just for a second, I could see a face of someone who looked to be a face of someone with a very similar facial structure to Theodore Bexley, the Lady Bexley's husband. It wasn't him, but he seemed similar in a way, like related. But only for a second before it went away.
My God, man, are you saying you saw a ghost?
Well, I saw something in there.
Could that be the same black shape you saw before?
It's very likely. It's the only time. Very, very likely.
Did he shout your name at all?
No, he just looked at me.
Mm.
It's quite possible you were just having a dream.
You've been seeing this black shape moving around as well, Borgford.
I saw a shadow at the end of a hallway. It could have just been a lurking servant.
Last time I checked, servants mostly have bodies, and aren't just because I've been seeing the same black shape moving about the manor at times as well, and definitely without any definitely wasn't a servant, shall we say? Unless their servants here are semi-corporeal. Say, do I know anything about Lord Bexley's family other than his wife?
I don't know that you do.
Okay.
Do the locals,
Always
in
looking.
this case Bobby Quirk and Miss Sheffield, know anything about how long Bexley Hall has been there?
Give me.
You want us
Bobby's
to do
not.
history checks or
Bobby's
something?
not really a
I've got
local,
No, okay, but
You were local.
but Miss Sheffield might be able to. But she'd need to give me a history check.
It's not my forte, but I'll try. No,
And perhaps
it's a hard roll for me.
At least to her entire lifetime. But that doesn't help you much.
It's at
Nope.
least It's at least 2 decades old.
perhaps my grandfather
Two and
has
a half.
some books of some sort, or something.
You might be able to find something in your grandfather's house to tell you how old Bexley Hall is, or that will give you some semblance of at least when it was around the last.
can I have a look in your library?
It's not really a
there's not much
library.
of one, so-
Yeah, it's
Well, I mean, you're
Certainly
your
not
book
to the
collection.
Bexley scale. But
it's
yeah.
got one
Can I
bookshelf.
assist with a library use?
You can
I'm
use
gonna-
a library use to search the one bookshelf and cupboard that there are by the
Yeah,
window
well,
at the front
That
of the
shouldn't
house.
be a hard one then.
Yes, there's some in the,
Yes, you
some in the
can.
drawing.
Okay,
We're
so
extreme.
Artemis.
I find a bookshelf you didn't know existed.
Artemis.
Hello.
While you don't find anything about Bexley Hall, you find not directly anyway. You find a couple of newspapers, newspaper clippings in a scrapbook. The scrapbook entails a number of articles. One of the articles includes shipping news. A couple of the articles include the sinking of a private vessel at one stage, and also articles surrounding from World War One, surrounding the deeds and misfortune of a certain ship that a party member may have served on. This
Do any of
seems to
us
be
know
a
anything about, but no, we don't.
Yeah, I mentioned the name of the
He-
ship
he-
to Forrest,
Yeah.
yeah.
and whoever was in
Um,
that car at the same
To
time.
to where?
You've
When?
heard Bobby mention which car it was. Which ship
Wheelhouse.
it was. Yeah.
I think
The Britannia.
you and Forrest were in the
It
car.
was
but
you.
yeah,
You and Hartwell were in the car with him when he mentioned it.
Oh,
This seems to be sort of full of family, sort of direct familial links. Mainly, it's kind of like a family scrapbook. But it seems Bobby's grandfather kept. Bobby's family only moved into St. Craythorne 10 years ago, so there's not much that dates around that time. Before then. There's a lovely book on the mythology of the Isle of Man, though, should you want that. As well.
indeed.
What is the name of the private vessel that got sunk?
you don't know. You've not seen this yet. I've not said
No,
anything.
You've not said anything. Never mind.
Artemis is processing.
Just steal a little.
What was the name of the ship again? Britannia.
The Britannia.
The military ship.
Yeah.
Bobby, was it the Britannia that you said you served on?
Yes, it was.
I'm just gonna like look at the scrapbooking and then look at Bobby and look at the scrapbooking.
So the remarks to show it.
I'm terribly sorry. I suppose I didn't pay too much attention to the news of the was caring for my father.
That's alright. These things happen in war.
I remember hearing news of it going down in the trenches. Wasn't great for morale, I'll tell you that.
I know. Bloody made it as well. Nearly bloody made it.
I know the feeling. Spent the last month of the war in a hospital.
That's great.
Got through 2 years with barely a scratch, and I managed to step on it. I managed to be 5 meters from a landmine when it went up.
Yeah. Well, not so much a landmine for me, but yeah, I know the feeling.
What
Are
was
we
this
trading
one?
war stories again?
I'm guessing you're a little closer to whatever I just motioned to like the hand.
Oh, yeah, I was run over by one of those Mark IVs at Cambrai.
Oh,
The shell knocked me on my side, and when I woke up, it was rolling over me.
wait, I was in Cambrai.
On which side?
Which do you think?
I don't know. I was a foreigner. The
I just
accents
rolled
all
my
muddled
eyes.
together.
I'll just kind of like
Okay.
hold the. I just kind of like leaf through the Isle of Man mythology.
Going on a big story
Okay.
about how a shell hit nearby.
Feel free to give me a library
knocked
use
me
again for
out.
that if you want.
Because it's like I like that we've got like nice little indoor music now.
And
Oh my god.
I am so turned on to this book and so turned off
Okay.
from all of this like.
so you
water
find
walk.
the information
Worse.
that Bobby previously found on the black dogs of the Isle of Man, but you also notice that there's a small subsection that says black dogs are notably found in different forms all over the British Isles, notably
Harry Potter.
the West Country and the South Downs have their own mythology about them.
Ooh, the South Downs, you said.
Every other field has a famous dog, to be honest, in the UK. Like, I can think of 3 Welsh off the top of my head, and I haven't even researched it yet.
Hartwell
I'm
goes,
not gonna
"Oh, if we're trading stories, then..." He just goes off on one about...
There's like 4 people just trading war stories and showing each other scars.
3.
There was a time
Oh.
where I almost had a Richtofen in my sights. And is there anything in particular you would want to discuss?
How are we going to handle being back at the Bexley Manor after seeing their family crest in an area of essentially a murder scene?
I'm okay with it.
Well, like I said
Keep-
before, it
Keep
could
your friends
just
close. It's an old Norwegian saying.
be
don't think
it
it's
could
no-
just be pure coincidence. I don't think Maddie's had anything to do with any bloody murders.
No, but
Um,
still, I don't sure it'd be a good idea to maybe mention exactly her family crest involvement.
I think after all that seems to keep cropping up, it might be best that anything that we wish to discuss should only be discussed in private, and that includes Bexley Manor, especially if there's a chance for ghosts.
And I will have to say also some seriously weird murals, because I haven't said that, mentioned this before, but I sleep in a blue room with a lot of taxidermied butterflies, which is okay, but one of the murals showed a decaying butterfly. I noticed it last night when I was reading a book. It was a bit off, I'll say.
Strange motif.
Hmm.
Room is very
Wouldn't it-
strangely dusty and old, but well, nothing unremarkable
great.
about it.
It's very dark. I like it.
You could ask Lady Bexley about your rooms. It's not.
I will
particularly-
most certainly do that.
I can't say. Also, there's something quite strange about the staff there. They seem to move faster than they should.
Do we really want to be poking the Bexleys?
Asking about
Okay.
one's living quarters doesn't necessarily.
Right.
It's all about how.
So. Okay,
I've learned
no,
that recently.
It's really not. We are all strangers to this town for the most part. Whoever's doing this knows that we know that stuff's going down. They know that we saw this stuff. Do we really need to let them on that we know?
I mean, if they already know,
Then they already know.
so
They
I am naturally inquisitive.
They-
I like to know things.
They know that we were there, but they don't know that we have the information we have just yet. But if
No,
we
but we
start
do not-
poking the bear, then
this
they
whole
will know.
sentence is this an English check sentence? Because like I'm struggling to understand and just.
No, it's already confusing enough. I mean, I'm following it, but if it's confused you, that's just his Norwegianness.
What I'm hearing is that they know we know, but that we know they know we know.
They know that we know a little bit, but if we poking the bear, then they know we'll know a lot of it.
They know you know something, just not the whole crux of
Exactly.
the situation, I think is what my man is trying to say. Says Hartwell.
We don't know who we can trust.
I think we can trust the inspector. That's my gut feeling.
I don't think we have any reason to distrust him immediately, but well.
I mean,
Well, wait
first
till-
of all, he's not
I
from
know.
around here, so
You're not from around here.
true.
He's not local.
I'm sorry.
Madison
Ooh.
Bexley may not have anything to do with any of this, but
But
the servants and her
does.
husband could be caught up in whatever it is that the Bexley family seems to have been caught up in.
Hmm.
the
And-
point is, the less people know that we're nosing around in this perfidy, the better.
Well, we're gonna have to nose around regardless.
Yes, but we don't have to do it like to their face.
No, but I think it's perfectly fine.
Excuse
Gesundheit.
me.
I think it's perfectly fine if I ask about my room. I don't see any problems with that. I'm staying
You
there.
asking about anything is weird. You've already proven that.
You weren't there.
You went there, man.
I've seen him walk up to random people and just start asking out of the blue questions all over the place several times.
That's fair enough. You kind of have.
Hmm.
So what is the
Other
plan,
way.
ladies and gentlemen?
Alrighty. I we're going to Bexley Manor to do some research, aren't we? Because we can just say like, oh, you know, we're researching these myths
What-
and things, and then actually be
time?
researching the family.
What time is it at the moment, though? Because
It's about 4:30.
Hmm. Only a 10-minute drive, but still.
Oh, well then actually maybe we
The-
shouldn't.
there were an awful lot of books there, and it.
Yeah, it's gonna
very-
take more than a couple hours to sift through all of them.
Mm-hmm.
We have all the time in the world to look through books at Bexley Hall.
Hmm.
Oh, you know what? If we have a little while, then I do have a library book I need to give back.
I will just go to the shop then and maybe buy a rope or a ladder. I think a rope is probably
Oh my God.
less. What?
You're
Better
seriously.
idea.
I'm the one that has to make English checks. And I'm just gonna go off and buy a rope and a ladder and find a big old.
Or a ladder. You weren't listening.
Okay. So are you just going to take this as downtime until the meeting with the
Yeah,
inspector?
I'm not really gonna go to buy a rope, obviously.
I could check the
Yeah.
workshop. There might be some rope in there if we ever need it again.
Better idea.
You may.
Mm-hmm.
You do not
the
find
end of
rope in your workshop, but you do find a 6-foot ladder.
That's
Hey!
fine,
Well, there we go.
Hey, that's mine.
At this point, I'm just expecting like sort of Bobby to be like having like cute random torches sticking up his back at any point.
And there's a ladder made by H.H. Kettlemund Ladder Company.
Strange brand.
Well known for their random assortment of building supplies. But yes, okay. So if there is anything,
6-foot ladders.
if there is anything you guys want to do in the 2.5 hours, I will say that you can do it. If it's like small tasks, grabbing more food, little searches. Bobby, I know you wanted to continue working maybe in the workshop a little bit.
Yep.
Okay. Give me some machine use roles or whatever roles you think would be suitable.
Probably machine use.
Do the Bexleys have horses?
How many do you want?
Just give me one for this
One.
2-hour build. Yeah. That's heavy machinery.
I would assume they probably would have.
There is
But,
no
like,
other
running
machine use skill. I could do mechanical repair if that.
I'll say the skills are transferable, but that's okay. It's got to be like I'm gonna write down all the numbers and it's gonna slowly stack. So. Okay. And yes, Artemis, you can return your library book in this time, of course.
Can I do a quick check of the library for other sort of like mythos books?
Yeah, you can
I
spend
know
a
that's
little bit
not
of
that,
time.
but like literally anything that is. Do you want me to do a library check?
Yeah,
Library use?
please.
Oh my god.
Okay, there is
Books, speak to me!
there's a couple of library books on mythology. One is on ancient Greek myths. One is myths of the continent. And the other is...
Wait, one sec. Sorry, one sec. Go over to someone else.
I mean, is anyone else doing anything in particular? No, I didn't think so.
No.
Can I have a quick look through that? I'll look through the Isle of Man mythology book. Not like as in library, just like as in literally just to read for fun.
Yeah, you can just fun read that,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
You never know when you're going to end up on the Isle of Man for funsies.
Well, I was
Oh, it's
literally
not.
going to do this library bit and then go to a quick break because weird time shift, you know. So let's go for the quick break now while she's on the thing, and we will see you guys who are watching in about 5 minutes when we'll be back. I need a bio break and such. So, yeah, be back in a mo. Right. I'm back with ice cream, lemonade, and a cat.
Hang on. 2. No.
Need to mute the stream again. I don't get nice.
George.
We've now reached the social eating part of the stream.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I'm just socially like looking.
I have 2 apples in front of me. You want to guess what type of apples?
Granny Smith.
Yes.
So
iPhone.
we had 6 extreme rolls. Kazoo had 1, I had 1, Para had 4. What the fuck?
It's hard for her to fail a library use roll.
I
Like,
mean,
she's
well,
got a
it's about-
37 for an extreme roll.
About as hard as it needs
No,
to
sorry, 15 for an
fail.
extreme, which is a what?
Yeah, but about as much as to fail for me to spell a hotspot hidden roll, which I do on regular mass.
Mm-hmm.
I need to sacrifice a goat to Owen Jesus or something.
Yeah, at least.
What is it? It's like
It's
like
still
1/6 of a chance, pretty much.
Yeah, but
get
she
one.
rolled 4. Still.
It's not as
yeah,
low.
yeah, I've seen far more unlikely things happen.
Yeah,
True.
that's like
Like a-
what it's the same kind of breakdown as rolling anything above a
Like 18
17,
or higher.
17 on a d20.
Yeah. It's good. It's unlikely, but not like incredibly so.
I mean, to be fair, last Sunday I rolled nearly nothing but 1s and 20s, so...
Yeah, true. So
And the 20s were...
Well
distracting, but well timed, but the 1 was not.
true.
That was the most critical roll in fucking
Could be
game.
worse. In Pathfinder, one's got triple crit, which in Pathfinder, because when you crit, you have to roll to confirm it, and you roll again to like keep increasing the amount of damage the crit will do. I got triple crit at like level 2. That character was fucking dead.
Yeah.
It's like I think it was just like a 1 in 40,000 chance to happen or something.
I mean, I'm not dead yet, but I don't value my
happened in my
chances at the
fourth
moment.
session ever of RPGs.
The first time I ever played Dungeons and Dragons, my character died, but Roach was nice and said that.
Yeah, you died because you ran into a fire trap. Which did
Yeah, I
like
remember.
21 damage.
Yeah, I also
Oh,
died. I
ouch.
got one shot by a dragon turtle.
All right, Minge, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try the solo drop on Apex to see what that's like right now.
Well, while we break.
Yeah.
I mean, the one person missing, you got time.
No.
Yeah.
The map's a little bit different too, it seems.
Oh. Wait, was there an
Yeah,
update?
it looks. There was an update, so there's you can solo drop now. There's a map mode for it, and they added in like a little arena thing next to the Thunderdome.
Okay.
All right, so I'm a solo caustic. I'm going into the bunker, and no one can bitch to me about it.
Oh.
Oh, fuck me. God damn it. My mum's put my prescription away again, which means it's lost to the void, basically. No, wait, the void is more retrievable to get stuff from. Ugh. Oh, I miss
Holy
independent-
crap!
I miss
Watching
independent
60
living.
people all ejaculate out of that ship all at once is weird.
Oh, I've got the worst brain freeze right now.
Did you just eat a lot of ice cream?
Yeah, but it's all gone into like my right sinus under my eye.
Oh, that's good. Not.
That's unfortunate.
Push your tongue into the roof of your mouth. That's supposed to get the brain freeze.
Michael,
Alright,
right,
I'm
nothing important swells up.
Hello.
All right, I've got two. I'm in the bunker and I got 2 alternators.
What do you want, Demon Spawn?
Oi.
The blood of the living.
He just knows there's more demons spawn around here.
Yeah.
It's George, right?
Yeah, this is George.
I died.
I'm going to
Oh,
quickly
that was
run this back downstairs.
Alright.
I didn't want that much. It's just a taster.
Hang on.
That brain freeze just really put me off.
Yeah.
Cat butt. I tuned in just in time for some cat booty.
That's
Chico's just lurking into the camera for a little bit.
that's unfortunate. Hmm. Hmm. Got nothing else to do with it. Can it? No. Okay, right.
Right. Shall we begin?
One thing, I might have to sort of like leave at speed at some point during this, but yeah,
Okay, we won't be going too much over time.
yeah, I know. It's, well, yeah, for reasons I won't discuss in an open stream.
Fair
Okay,
enough.
no worries.
Yeah.
So yes, Artemis, if you're there,
Yes, I'm here.
you found a book on Greek mythology,
Okay.
continental mythology,
Ooh.
and wider British myths.
Okay. I would like to check these books out, please, and take them with me.
Okay, yep, that's fine. You do so. All right. So, unless anyone has anything else they'd like to do. All right, we will swing around to the meeting then. So it's about 7 o'clock, and you gather in the white painted stone hall of the police station. And I'm gonna change up the music. Just gotta keep it cycling through. Keep it cycling through.
We're not allowed to have cute music.
And
Go on, I don't actually have music this time. Strange.
and the behind the desk is George, actually, the police officer that there was one George that was a police officer and there was one that wasn't.
Right.
Bobby George and non-Bobby George.
Yeah, this is George, and he's the one that was at the crash site that night. And
Sorry about the eye.
and he says the inspector's waiting for you. He's in the back, and just
Thank you.
down the hall, last door on the right.
Right. I go that way.
Same.
Okay.
I will duck, obviously, but
Sometimes it's like dum 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 dum.
So
every doorway is like.
you enter what seems to be an office that originally had one desk in, but for this current moment in time has two. It looks like two people use this office, and there's a number of other seats around. But the inspector's in there, and he says, there you all are. Come in. It's going to be a little bit cramped, but I'm sure we can all make ourselves comfortable. So, first up, I wanted to thank you all for signing up and making some goddamn progress.
You're welcome.
No problem.
Wind handed me the evidence you found, and Well, it doesn't match either of the girls' dresses. But
Well, I mean, the desiccated corpses aren't new either.
I meant the currently missing.
Yes, exactly. They're not the new. They're old.
Yes, but the fabric you found was new. It's this
Well, a scrap of fabric wouldn't stay in a bush for 20 years, would it? It would have.
yeah, but so there's clearly either the girls were one of the girls was made to wear a different item of clothing than we expect she was in, or maybe there's someone else involved. But as to that, I'm not so sure right now. We've got a canine unit coming all the way down from the Met. I pulled some strings with some friends, and but they're not going to be able to come down until the end of the week. I'm hoping it doesn't come to that, but they'll be far better at tracking someone on the moors than with the bogs than any of us.
Right.
Inspector,
Yes.
have you asked any of the okay, it's not called a seamstress if it's a man. I don't know how to include
tailor?
seamstress and the tailor in one fell swoop. Have you contacted any of the dressmakers in town to see if they remember making such a garment?
Well, the thing is, this dress is very similar to the ones that are worn on the harvest festivals and such in the ilk. It's just a very common summer dress pattern. They were all the rage last year, so it could be anyone. Unless we find another ripped dress, it's not going to help us. Or, someone can't find their dress, or, the normal it is. Also, sorry about the mess. This isn't normally my office. This is technically the sergeant's. I'm normally acting out of Horsham, but
Yeah. Alright, I've certainly worked in worse.
Unfortunately, the job has brought me home this week.
So you are from around here.
I live in town, not naturally. I'm a Yorkshire lad myself, but I've been in the south for quite a while, and I'm one of the, I think there's 6 of us for the entirety of the catchment area, so to speak. I tend to deal with more the Sussex side, while a couple of the others deal with the more the other counties got out of my head. Hampshire side. But yeah. We're having trouble tracking down Katie's last seen friend at the moment. We've done some research, and none of her direct friend group lived on Church Street or anywhere near.
Oh, have you inquired about male friends?
That is our next line of thinking, and the only people we've managed to find something out about also don't live on Church Street, so we're coming up trumps. We can't quite work out her exact movements. We just know that she was last seen exiting that street.
I don't know if we are trusting the inspector implicitly. This wasn't discussed at our meeting.
I mean, I kind of put that out there that I didn't trust basically anybody in this town. Especially the police, considering the police conducted the search before, and then the search came up weird.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say nothing more on the matter. Oh, what was I gonna say earlier? I literally can't remember. Oh! Did you find anything more about when that area was searched 20 years ago?
Oh, now that you mention it, yeah. There is a case file here from an Inspector James Stims, who
Themes.
In relation to the PC stims.
I believe it's his uncle.
Is it this? It's not the same person then?
No, you know a Trevor Stims.
Ah, Trevor. English names confuse me.
He says in the report that the Grove was checked, tossed over. They even uncovered the well to have a look in. Found no sign of the girls or the boy.
But when was this? How long after their disappearance?
It says here 3 days.
3 days.
Okay.
How long's it been since the two recent girls have been?
3 weeks for the oldest
Yeah.
one.
Oh,
And the other one is
it's
now
3
3
days.
days.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's 3 days since the most recent one.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry, I gotta get back into the thing. Is Uncle Steam still alive?
Unfortunately, no. He died in a car accident. Relatively.
Uncle's, you just call him that. I don't.
Turn of the
official
turn of the 1910.
He's been gone
The
for
official
a
term is
while.
collision.
Not in this day and age. It's not. It's not even that anymore.
Oh.
I don't think.
What is it now?
I think it's like road traffic incident. I think is now.
Well, they've,
Okay,
they've
well-
made
Yeah,
the
that'll-
name pointless now. Fantastic. Great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Boris.
Can't have nice things.
Yes, but yeah, no. Unfortunately, he's a goner.
Was anybody else was he alone when he searched the area?
Oh,
Does it
he
say-
had. Well, the original investigation was a lot done by the town. Much like this one, manpower was not the strongest. Back then,
No different from
the
what we're doing.
police force here was only 4 people. So they got everyone they could. We've got a nice amount of 10 here now. I've been brought in. A couple of other people have come from other local towns to help out. So there's about 20 on-shift bobbies at the max. But you can just expect any of the nicer members of the town that were around back then probably pitched in. I've got no specifics. What about you? Did you find anything else that maybe while Wind was coming to get me, anything I should be aware of?
Strange symbols.
I'm
on one or two of
keeping
the
my
trees.
mouth shut at this point.
Strange symbols on some of the trees.
Come again?
Strange historical symbols on some of the trees, and I open my notebook and just sort of say, "Yes, we identified some of them. Like strange, like very anachronistic, like symbols that haven't been in use in like this part of the world for a millennia and a half at points. For example, an old Celtic wheel.
Can you show me the wheel?
I rip out the sort of like page in my notebook that has
You
like
could
the
just
wheel.
you could just turn around the notebook.
I could also just do that. I turn it around.
Just to save you losing your page in your notebook. Well, I've actually seen that a couple of places in town. This town,
Seen it?
it's got a couple of influences.
Which one is this?
That symbol's fallen out of use in this part of the world.
Celtic wheel.
in the 500
Oh.
ADs. The original
Well-
Saxon settling.
There's a couple of at the church. There's they've got a number of flagstones and such.
Oh, it would be.
Inside the actual church, there's a number of pillars. And I think I've seen it on there.
Right, but the vicar said the pillars were built 900. The church itself is
900 AD.
yes. These symbols are still 400 years out of circulation by now.
Well, the church was there in 900 AD, but there's always been a holy site at this place.
This is
Oh.
literally just my fucking village. Fantastic, great, fantastic.
I believe there was a building beforehand that was knocked down and rebuilt.
And
The figure
I look
didn't
around-
mention that.
I'm not sure it was Christian, hence why they might not mention it.
I
was
turn the
right,
page
but-
over and it's like to like the to the like shot to the Carolingian cross and the what's the other one? Bloody hell! And the like Roman symbol, which I forgot the name of.
Shiro.
Yeah.
The Shiro. Have you seen either of these as well? Or?
Well, I know the Chiro. I mean, I'm a Catholic, so that comes up a fair bit.
It is still used, by the way.
The other one just looks like squiggles to me. Sorry, but where are you going with this? Old symbols. It's
I don't. Most of these symbols have like completely anachronistic to the area. Like the,
yeah,
the
but I don't
Celtic-
see how that helps us find some missing fucking girls.
It doesn't, but it's very fucking strange, especially the strange symbols we found on the well itself.
On the well.
Yes, there's strange maker's marks on the well. I can't. Well, they're not my own expertise, but well.
Nor mine. I could contact an expert. Maybe up
I
at
don't know.
Arrowgate or somewhere where they'll have a. They might have someone who knew something about these kind of things.
A symbologist.
That's the one.
That'd be worth a try.
Well,
Entire clearing very much struck me as odd, we'll say. Oh, screen just went to sleep.
hold on, give me a moment. He goes over to the door, opens the door, and Sarge, would you come in here? And the big burly sergeant that you came in, you've seen before, comes in and he goes, "Yeah, what's up, boss?" He goes, "We found some symbols. I don't know how much use it's going to be, but would you mind sketching them down for me?" Yeah, right you are. He grabs a notepad and says, "Do you mind?"
Yeah, I just hand it to him.
And he begins to sketch really detailed sketches of the symbols.
You normally who you ask to do your sketches. Seems quite adept. He seems quite adept at it.
I mean, I sketch things in my notebook. Oh shit, I've gone for the inspector. So I sketch things in my notebook from time to time. I've never had to do one of those, wanted posters or anything.
Handsome and artistic. What a catch.
And healthy.
Did you say that out loud?
No, did I use my
Okay.
character voice?
I'm not sure. There was a little bit of a twang of it. That's why I was asking.
Sorry, let me put more S strain in my accent.
Yes, please.
With me.
I'll say it out loud. I got appearance 85.
What did hit on the police say, Sergeant?
You may have to roll for it.
If you say it out loud, go on then.
I don't want. I don't trust him, so that's why I stopped talking.
Okay. Well, the sergeant finishes sketching. And anything else? No, you're all right. Go back to what you're doing. Right, you are, boss. And he picks up an apple and eats it and leaves.
Do I know if the sergeant is single?
The sergeant is widowed.
So yes.
So yes,
That means he's not in a relationship. Okay.
he's not in a relationship and he has 2 kids.
Oh, okay.
Whoa!
Uh-oh.
Did
Oh,
hey, over kids? No.
He's about 32 with 2 kids.
You said 35 before.
Oh, 35. Sorry, yeah, that's right. his page is handwritten, and my 2s and 5s can tend to look a little bit similar.
Okay. Well, anyway, I just did a U-turn, so carry on with your story.
That's all right. A lot of the town is going to be out tomorrow as well on the search, but I know some of you will have prior engagements on tomorrow. Again, my condolences. He's looking at Mr. Clark, and yeah, your grandfather was a lovely man. Saw him daily. It's shocked a lot of the town. I expect quite a few of them will turn up to the funeral.
Aye. Oh, they said pneumonia. Did he seem healthy when you last saw him?
When I last saw him, he had the flu, and then I think it declined from there. You want a full detail of it? Samuels would be your best bet to ask.
I'm not sure Samuels is in a perfectly calm mind right now.
He's better. He'll be doing the post-mortem probably about now. I don't know why we've gone Scottish here. he's doing the post-mortem. Oh, okay.
About you?
Yeah. He'll be doing
sad about it.
He's going about. He'll be going about. He refused to let me go. I've gone below me. Oh fucking hell! I've just fallen. G'day, mate. Hello. You know what? Okay. So
We've got a tour of the British accent.
Oh my god, just the whole empire.
Gonna do apostrophes one soon. Oh god, I hope not.
No, he refused to let me get anyone else to come down and do the post-mortem, so he's doing it himself. I couldn't, but he seems determined.
If anything else, at least it's closure, I suppose.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Of the more disturbing ways to receive it, though.
It does beg the question as well, in my own case, that the previous disappearances may not be
Isolated.
indeed, and it worries me that the fact that the bodies have turned up now, of all times, in the Lear disappearance.
For all we know, that they could have been down there since the investigation. For all we know, they were put there hours after it was resealed.
Or Uncle Stims didn't actually look in the well.
It is possible that it's simply that having another disappearance has caused a thorough enough investigation in order to find them, rather than it being related. But there's something unsettling about both cases, which perhaps could be a similarity.
Especially, well, for such a quiet village like this, I can't imagine disappearances as disturbing are common.
Oh, wait, character question. Did we establish which end of Church Street Katie went missing on?
We know, we don't know.
You know, nobody knows.
So I shall ask that question then. You the inspector.
What end of Church Street? The western end. Heading home.
She was coming down Church Street. Was she seen coming down Church Street?
Yes.
Or
And she just disappeared.
Just up and vanished.
I mean, I walked up and down there. There is quite a few alleyways.
She was seen going home from the friend's house.
What? She was seen on Church Street. She told her parents she was going to her friend's house.
She didn't mention which friend.
Not to them,
No.
no. They're
I
very
just mean-
they're very trusting of Katie. She's a very independent lass. And I mean, it's possibly the most well-known family in town, bar, you know,
Understandable.
certain other
And-
few.
What else is known about the disappearance of Charlotte?
Indeed, we haven't been able to find much information on it. Some people are a lot less concerned about her than Katie.
I understand that you're not.
I seem to be about one of the only people that gives a shit. Sorry, excuse my language, but
I've heard worse.
yeah, I've said worse recently. The other missing girl's family are of ill repute in town, and Mum, well, if she can see out the end of the bottle, she might give a shit, but she doesn't care. And everyone else just saw the girl as a thieving little brat, and yeah, but at the end of the day, it's still someone's kid.
No father?
Unfortunately, another tragedy of the Great War.
Ah.
Yeah, so the only thing we found out about her is that she was due to come into school on and didn't, but that wasn't unusual. She was seen leaving the grocery store, well, seen hightailing it from the grocery store, and then not after
Hightailing
that.
it, like she nicked something.
She was a well-known thief, yes.
Which direction was she going?
Towards the town square.
Okay.
Shop owners saw her heading then towards, well, they said towards the north, so to school
So they
maybe.
would have been going roughly this. They would have disappeared roughly in the same place.
That would have been Bobby's grandfather then, wouldn't it?
Not recently, no, but it's the same store, yeah. Bobby's grandfather passed away way before the disappearance.
How long did... Wait, hang on, out of character question, but how long did they keep bodies back then?
It's not, it's, well, Thingy was missing, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Quirk was kept behind because... Sorry, he was examined because they thought originally he had the flu, but he died of pneumonia. So it was...
Okay. Yeah.
He was post-mortem. And also family needed to travel down as well. So the funeral took a little while to arrange.
Fair enough.
So they all would have, both would have gone missing on roughly the same area.
Again, I'm not unbeknownst to the to the coincidence. I've
Have you
actually
considered-
had an officer posted in the area against. Well, I have to keep it a little bit on the sly. I don't want the town being the cause of ruckus, but we're having someone check down there, especially at night, once an hour, just taking a little bit of a stroll.
May I make a... I've got no right to do this, but may I make a suggestion?
If you must.
Well, we know that these... we can get estimate that these bodies were... That those bodies of the two girls found in the well were placed there before their deaths. If we're working on this, like... If we're treating this like they might be related, it might be prudent to check the wells regularly. If that's what's in store for the other two girls.
Well, as it stands right now, there is still a couple of officers down there. We've only just gotten the bodies out, so it took a bit of a getting down and then deciding who was going to go down and such. in the end, Samuels himself went down.
Brave man.
He'd know how to handle the bodies carefully.
That's what he said. And then, yes, there's a couple of them in the area just skirting for anything that might have been missed. Anything that might tell us more.
Do you know, perhaps, if there's any other church-owned land in places other than the church ground?
Well, that's a bit of a tough question, miss. Bar a load of the farms.
I don't know if you were pausing, sorry.
And, well, the Bexley estate. Most of the town is owned in some way by the church. It was built on church land. Appropriated by the Church of England and funded by the church.
Do you know a lot about the
I
history
think
of this town?
the inn has to be on private property, but everything is kind of land owned and leased through the church.
Do you know more about the history of this town?
Not more.
Not
well,
really.
not bar basics. Again, didn't grow up here.
Fair enough.
Best person to talk to is probably one of the deacon or the priest.
Sure,
They're
the deacon has omitted some details so far, as is the vicar.
unfortunately with the deacon, he's a little bit what's it called? He'll only answer directly. He doesn't expand much. It takes a lot to pry things out of him.
He responds best to direct questions.
That's the one. That's
Right,
that's
so
a good
be
way of saying it.
blunt.
Yes. Yeah. Only other thing I could think of is talking to Theodore Bexley, but he's still not in town, I hear.
He should be in town by the end of the week, I believe.
All right.
Well, I believe he told me, so...
Okay. That's good to know.
There is one thing I'd like to ask, though, Inspector. I don't suppose you know, you don't know much about the history of the town, but I don't suppose you know anything at all about Theodore's parents, the previous Bexleys.
Well, Theodore's been lord of the manor since after the war. His father died while he was out there. And I think his mother went, 30 years ago? It's a while ago now. Died while he's quite young. That's all I know.
Alright.
Do you know how long the Baxleys have been here?
About as long as the town, I think. Maybe before.
Very old house, then.
Oh, the house hasn't always been there.
I don't call it aristocratic house.
Oh, so you mean, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the buildings only.
No, it's been renovated several times from what I can see.
Yeah, I think it was originally a cottage at one point. It's,
Well, it's not a cottage anymore.
Oh no, you're telling me. I think I've been in there once, and I think my jaw took about a week to get off the floor.
It's certainly impressive.
But anyway, I wanted to ask you, thank you all again, but also ask you, I know tomorrow's probably out of the question, but if Thursday you would come back on the search, we could use your eyes and ears.
Well, certainly.
I'd happily be happy to do so.
Hopefully, by then we'll have checked most of the wooded areas and it will just be the bogs left.
Okay.
Well, unless you have anything else of me, I think we're done here.
That's about it.
Oh, and if you do find any evidence, make sure you come to me. Because if I find out any of you have been withholding information or slowing down my investigation, I will not be happy, and I'm sure Mr. Lear will press charges if you're getting in the way of us finding his girl.
Understood.
Oh no, we're most definitely wanting to find that girl. And the other one as well.
I don't mean to be mean, but
We understand.
yeah.
But you are.
It's not like we just broke the case wide open or anything. No.
No.
He's
I mean,
realized
that's why we're...
he has recognized you guys as a little bit of a Snoopy Snoopertons. But yes.
Just
So,
helium.
that brings us pretty much to the end of the stream. Unless there is anything anybody is dying to quickly do.
No, I'm assuming we are
Other
going
than
back
solve
to
the
Bexley Hall.
case.
Yeah, well, yeah, that... feels
Yeah,
like-
where's that button on the couch? She just
Oh, Rivals just made it home! Oh, dude!
Oh, no.
Wait, come in. We'll tell you what's happened. Come join in. Come join in for a minute. We'll catch him up.
Right.
Or
He was very funny.
Nothing happened actually past 2 sessions. Nothing at all. Just
come join in.
More-
You'll
more
want to.
dead ends.
We didn't all fail trying to climb a tree.
Oh no, we
He's on his way.
completely nailed the trees this session.
Some of us didn't fail.
No, but a lot of you did. How many injuries did we get in this day's investigation, guys?
I'm still healthy, thankfully, but...
Okay, right. In day investigation 3.
Is that just today?
Yeah.
No, it's in like today in game time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just today in game
Yes,
time, you've
yes.
taken 3 HP.
We got a bruise, we got a
got a
fall, and we got another...
Cracked,
Oh my
cracked
god.
shoulder, a bad back, sore ear.
Oh yeah,
Four
Borgveld poked
injuries.
himself in the ear.
4 injuries.
Oh, and his head. His head wound was that this morning?
yesterday.
No, that was
That was
yesterday.
the day before.
Hey, Rival!
Hello.
Hello. So, party members, who would like to catch Rival up on what's happened?
Everything
Because-
has gone to shit.
Hello.
Hello.
That's
Everything's
the
on
short
fire.
version.
The long version.
Yeah.
Pause.
So, a comprehensive summing up of what has happened in the past day of investigation.
Just today? Like, just this day?
Well, that's all he's missed.
Okay. Well, I don't... do we
As
still
in
finish it?
physical day
Yeah.
of the not in-game day. I'm talking about, not as in us today.
Yeah. No, but I
Um,
mean, like, I don't remember how
all
we
the camps
finished
are
the day
fucked.
before, honestly.
So
We basically just went to bed on the day.
Okay,
that-
that's cool then.
yeah, they joined.
Got up
the
really
s-
early.
Yeah, they got up really early and joined the search party for the missing girls, and were assigned to search
we assigned
Friar's
ourselves.
Forest, where they made
All right. Yep.
some
That's
really.
behind the church.
No, that's the one
No.
by the train station.
Down in the bottom left.
Southwest.
No.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough. Yep.
And they found, at first, they found an area which had been, trampled, sort of,
Like the ground was flatter.
moved.
The
Like the
vegetation.
trees had been, the vegetation was disrupted, which then took them on a path to find other. It was some eagle-eyed spotting, where along the path of this disruption and vegetation through the
do you
forest.
want me to tell you exactly the things that we saw?
Go for it, Artemis.
I found a
sum
very
up.
large rock.
You found
Because
a very
I-
large rock, which
because
then
I
hit
wrote
you in the
down-
back. It
Okay.
found the square small of your shoulder blade as well. Is what that did.
Yeah. That's
Okay. Can I do it backwards? We found a trail that led from, we think, an area in the woods up to this one patch of grass, and
Right.
along that trail, I'm going backwards from how we did it. There was a branch on the ground that had been snapped as if it was stood on, a bush next to a tree that had been pushed aside and broken, a tree with a large patch of moss missing as if someone had like leant behind it to hide, leant or against it, a ripped part of a dress on a bush, which I found an awful lot about. It's a common dressmaking material, probably from a lady's garment. Hemming suggests the lower part of a dress skirt. It had an image of a green stem, which suggests that it's a floral part of a dress. We found a twiggy tree that looked like someone had like run through the middle of it and broken aside, and then the area of the disturbed ground. So we found like all of these little clues leading back towards an area of the forest which is owned by the church. It's why
Wasn't
it's
the
called
disturbed ground
Friars.
dead as
Huh?
well? The disturbed ground, wasn't it dead as well? The very first
Dead.
thing you found.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, some of it. Well, it was like the plants were kind of like
Yeah.
had been disrupted or maybe Yeah, I don't. Yeah, some of them hadn't survived being damaged. So yeah,
Okay.
like it's called Friar's Forest, and the forest is spelled wrong because there was a friar called Friar Forest. This is from before the church was St. Craythorne, but it was still like
A
Christian
church.
church, I think. Yeah, and that he used to have this like cabin in the woods where he went for quiet meditation. So there was a well there, and Mitch, can you take us back to the map of that
So
area?
yes, they found an area of the wood known as the Grove, or well, colloquially as the Grove, which is an area where a friar named Forrest used to come and pray and meditate, and then was turned into slowly developed into sort of a more of an enclosed private space, which was surrounded by 5 oak trees. And would you like me to continue, or would you like to discuss this place more?
I'm just marveling how the fact that I'm being broken into pieces around your screen, Midge.
No.
Oh yeah, I haven't switched the cams back. I'm sorry, give me a minute.
And since you're not
There you
in game yet, this is the Grove. Just send it to you.
Oh, awesome, mate. Thank you very much.
Oh, he's not actually on.
Don't worry about it, Midge. I'm liking being separated around the whole group. I'm spreading the love.
Well, yeah, all the cams are up now. That's fine. But yes,
There we go.
yeah. If you would you like me to continue the discussion, the description of this place, or would you like to say what you guys found?
Yes. Basically, in the center of this field, there was a well, and yeah, 5 oak trees are on the center of it. Weird thing was that like was despite this area's overall like dilapidated and very old, and supposedly about what 600 years old, give take, something like that, 500 600 years old. Several parts of it really aren't. Like the dilapidated hut in the background is like the oldest parts of 100 years old, with the
So it's
newest
been
probably being
remade at some point.
yeah. The well itself is like the well itself. The stone, like covering it over, is definitely way younger and has several strange maker's marks on it.
Roughly from 1700-ish.
Yes,
There was a
and
modern lock on the gate as well, but like that's a little bit more.
yeah, the church would just put that on to stop trespassers going on at some point. But yeah, and all the trees that we look.
Yeah, we all just walked over the wall, but
Yeah, and all the trees around like around it have several strange like historical symbols that haven't been used in this area for like well over 1,000 years.
burn into them.
Yeah, like so branded into them, which has obviously happened way after they fell out of use, because otherwise they would have the trees aren't old enough. And one of them has burnt into it the crest of House Bexley.
Yeah.
Yes. So when we first got here, we shifted the stone blocking the well, the slab blocking the well over, and found inside two old corpses, which are 2 young children basically holding each other, and it looked like they'd died either from starvation or asphyxiation, because they were holding
You
each
never
other.
got a cause of death.
Well, we
No,
guessed,
but they
we
died
guessed,
like.
yeah.
So
Well,
yes, the
they
group
were-
uncovered the well with the large slab on it, and
Did
they
you roll
shined,
for his sanity as well, by the way?
your torches down. He's not affected. He's a war hero.
Oh, okay.
He's got the war. He's got
We
the
see
war
corpses
stuff.
all the time.
Lucky.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, we see bodies every day.
So, yes.
in our
Yeah.
dreams.
What's another
So
child?
those we think are the corpses of the 2 Dr. Samuel's half sisters that were missing 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And were never found.
well,
And then of course Dr. Samuel's turns up and it's like, sorry about that.
Yikes.
Yes.
And he
Well,
mentioned...
we have some tree-based adventures, but they're not important. Nothing went wrong with that. Don't look up in chat.
Dr. Samuels also mentioned that that place was searched, the lid was removed, and nothing. And that happened 3 days after the girls went missing, but yet we found the girls in the well.
Yeah, so like they'd been kept alive somewhere else and then moved to the location after it had already been searched by the town.
Assuming that the people searching didn't just lie, but
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I feel like
Assuming.
we have to have some element. Like none of the police seem to be lying about the fact that they thought that it
I
was.
just think it's a possibility.
It's a possibility that everything is very hot fuzz, but we don't know.
and
great or good.
other thing you missed is Kazoo thinks he saw a ghost.
Oh yeah, I also saw a ghost in Bexley Hall, which had a similar facial structure to Theodore Bexley, which I guessed to be, which means I saw a family member of his.
And I
saw
heard
a decaying
someone
butterfly.
watching us. Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a mural on his ceiling that's really creepy, but I heard someone like following us in the woods.
Yeah, she heard someone following them in the woods. They investigated the crash site where the deer was, but they didn't really find anything. And what else? What else was
We went back
mentioned?
to the town and we went to the cafe and then we decided we didn't want to talk in the public, so we went to Bobby's house. We found a little bit about Bobby's backstory. I found a scrapbook that we think his granddad made about like his ship going down in the war and also some other ship getting just lost at sea. And we had a big chat about everything that we found so far. And we're gonna try and investigate the history of the Bexleys and Bexley Manor if we can. At Bexley Hall or at the church. And then we went and had a chat with the inspector.
Yes, and the inspector just revealed, I think one of the main things to take from the inspector conversation, I think, was that both girls went missing in a very, very similar location. And
Yeah, so
that's
they've
his current line of inquiry,
grabbed.
so to speak.
At the
Yeah.
same sort of corner of Church Street. So we're like, okay, maybe it was an opportunity thing.
So
We
yes.
also We asked
Oh,
Mr. Lear about tunnels, but he doesn't know about tunnels.
He was not very happy to be asked about anything.
No.
Yes.
Then
so-
again, he also did just see the bodies, and yeah,
Probably might
he did mention the fact that probably the church has a crypt, but that's almost goes without saying.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But also
So what's happened then?
yes, and a note for you. I was rolling for your character, just getting in the mindset of you. I didn't necessarily add him to a lot of the other roles, but there was some certain moments I did.
Yeah, when we were all doing roles.
The cafe in town, Brenda's.
Yeah.
You managed to flirt with Brenda quite effectively, and I will tell you about that. And also, you, as a character, I haven't ticked it yet, but on your character, you need to tick navigate and spot hidden if you haven't already. For
Spot hidden's already ticked. I know
okay,
that.
but navigate is another one to add. Because you
Yeah,
and
everyone
charm
has a good
because you
navigation.
successfully charmed someone.
Yeah, because my character needs more charm.
Oh, I mean, you could. I mean, why not?
I know I rolled badly against you.
You,
Okay.
you can only get more dashing, sir. The more you
If you
try.
want bad rolls, then just scroll up. In
Oh,
chat.
Christ! There's been 4 fumbles
Oh, we had
tonight.
yeah. Lots of people have been hurt.
Yeah. I think I've rolled more 90s in the last session than I have in the entire, campaign thus far.
But yes,
In any other D&D, it would be fine.
so that is where we are. And this is also for viewers to note. We will be back probably in September now because I've got a lot of prior commitments coming up, which unfortunately most of the time falls on a Saturday. But this is stuff that's been booked in since this time last year, so it's not stuff I can change or avoid. But yes, we have to leave it on the end of the Tuesday before we go into the Wednesday. And, well, we've still got the Tuesday night. Who knows what will happen. But this has been the Kingfisher Files, Case 1, the Curse of St. Craythorne. And we can call this, being episode 6, this is a good time to call a mid-season finale. So, as you all exit the police station, you hear a lot of shouting. And can you all give me a listen check?
Oh my god, I literally just closed
I
the door
can't,
and
'cause
didn't-
I'm not
are you
actually
kidding
logged
me
in.
right now?
Well, okay.
Could you not open the tab?
It would take too long for me to get logged in and everything.
I might have heard it.
Yeah,
I might have
you
actually heard
have
it.
definitely heard this.
Nope.
But for those of you here, the rest of you who don't hear it, it's a lot of just noise and shouting. There's a bit of a ruckus. The inspector also comes running out as well as the sergeant. But the gist of what you get is that a body has been found.
Oh, bloody hell.
And we will leave it there, and I will see you
I
all
hate
in
you
September.
so much, and I
Goodbye.
can't feel like this.
Oh.
I'm not sure we're friends.
Mitch, I'm gonna come to Kent somewhere next week and I'm gonna slap you.
Good luck finding me. Okay, bye-bye, everybody.